Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
Hello.
Hey. We're late because of me. I was a sleepy boy and everybody waited for me. So I follow my sword and I apologize.
You have no decency. You have no honor.
Shame. Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
But I was sleepy. I went to sleep at like 8:20. Insomnia is a bitch. I can't control it. My brain won't turn off. It just won't until it runs out. Until it runs out of gas.
Yeah.
I'm just in that space. So
good morning. We have a special guest in the show today.
Cortez. Cortez, tell the people who you be.
What's up, guys? I am Cortez. I'm Tez. I'm 2-4. The host of the Tez Down. And sometimes guest over here.
And his link is in the chat, and I will put it in the description because I know Tim didn't.
No, but I did all the other stuff you wanted me to do.
No, you didn't. You did not.
I did. I put all. I made the buttons.
There's only two in
it, and they put the word. Yeah, because you said the other one was just for unboxed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So you're right. Hey, when you're right, you're right.
Now before we start the show proper, there's one cool thing I saw that's going on the internet. I mean, this is not cool for the people in the Philippines, but there's a volcano currently erupting in the Philippines. This is live.
Oh, that's lava.
Yeah, that's lava coming out of that volcano there. Also, they're in the future. It's already tomorrow there.
Very hot.
Or are they just on the other side of the time dimension? I'm going back to sleep. No. I will catch them.
But yeah, live look at a volcano erupting in the Philippines.
Let us greet the people because we have a long show. And the trolls will be here soon, so we better show love to the people.
Oh yeah. All right. I'll put the people up and you man the buttons.
I got buttons.
All right. First we got Billy.
Oh, shit. I'm not ready. Hold on. Why are you starting with Billy? You know that's a very specific one.
He was the first one.
You did this to me.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain.
Oh, there it is.
Fettuccine, linguine, martini, bikini.
Billy says, this is a forum, not a fight. Caps lock comments are usually filtered by YouTube. The Bin Podcast Network is not responsible for the actions taken by the moderators.
Star that one so we can pull it up later.
Done. Person impersonator.
Hey, I left the screen.
What's up, person?
The Dark Lord Greg.
The enemy is the oligarchy.
Scott.
Over
here.
Let's see. Further on down. Well, it's been mostly them. Oh, here we go, Gina.
Thank you for your question, Senator.
Billy? We already did Billy.
We started with Billy.
We started with Billy. That was so long ago. Allie?
Oh, wait. I was ready.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
There we go.
Diz?
Slick snake.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Bummer in a minute. Abundant.
Cortez?
Hold on, I got
boring, Huey.
And we Shaza.
We Shaza.
Blah blah gay sex. Blah blah Congress.
And hello and welcome to everybody else who's quietly lurking or working. We love you too.
All right.
Well, I do.
Since this is going to be a quite packed show, I'm going to get on to the first video.
Let's start. Let it begin. Ah!
Ooh, that bow tie.
I feel like I'm back at Vans Warped Tour 2004.
Oh man. You know he got something to
Minnesota.
MXPX and Blink 182 are co-headlining.
This is a local ABC affiliate in Minnesota.
Okay.
Investigators are now saying the FBI is blocking them from accessing case files related to Alex Pretty's fatal shooting by a federal agent. The superintendent of the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension says his agency was formally notified on Friday that the FBI would not provide local investigators access to information or evidence. This comes a week after federal authorities agreed to a joint investigation with the Minnesota BCA.
In my 52 years of practicing law here, the FBI and the BCA have cooperated like hand in glove in so many dicey situations, and they come up with an answer that people are confident about. I don't see why they won't let the BCA come in and be involved in these and the others. So the trouble is, I don't think the world will have confidence that there's going to be an objective investigation in all three shootings now.
What?
It's still unclear if there will be any information shared in the shooting death of Renee Good or of the shooting of Julio Sosa Celis.
But Tim, they threw the brown people under the bus. Aren't you guys satisfied? No, you can't have a real investigation. But look, on paid leave, and we're investigating ourselves.
And I'm pretty sure that a week ago that DHS was like, "Oh yeah, totally. We'll work with you guys." Yeah.
That was, and lie detector determined that was a lie.
That was a lie.
I guess that's not happening now.
Nope.
Maybe not. Maybe we won't be transparent this time.
Or ever.
Who's shocked? I'm sorry. I need to say this. Minnesota, I'm sorry. I'm glad that they're leaving and you guys feel some piece of respite. And it's not so fucking bitter cold out there. So if you do need to go back out there, it's not so bad. You fucked up, Tim Walz. You fucked up, Jacob Frey. You should have fucking locked down the highways and trapped those agents in there and held them fucking accountable. That's what you should have did. But now you don't let them escape. And now they're going to start investigating themselves, just like they're investigating the fucking Trump files. The Trumpstein files, and lo and behold, no one in the administration has anything to do with any wrongdoing. Just like these guys are going to have nothing to fucking do with it. That's why they're blocking you from the information. Shouldn't have let them leave. Should have locked their asses up as soon as they cross that state line.
Billy says the adverts that Billy got were Nova Scotia and Buffet Boy.
I want to visit Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia.
It's
and
beautiful.
June said, just got an advert for Switzerland.
Damn. So they're just trying to get people to travel, but not to America.
You know what?
About Vegas.
I approve of those ads.
Hey, give us them ads too. Shit, maybe we want that deal.
If you get ads, let us know what kind of ads you got. We want to know what they're advertising on our channel.
It's funny. It's funny for us.
But yeah, it's more fucking
abs at first. I'm trying, okay?
it's more lying by DHS and honestly the FBI, who said that they were going to cooperate. So
are you talking about Kashyap Patel? Are you saying he's less than honest?
Less than honest.
Perjury Patel didn't tell the truth.
Perjury Patel.
That's a dude.
He's straight up him, man.
He straight up said,
"Look, if there was any more files, I would have given them to you."
Have you seen them? Have you seen them?
Were you in the deposition? Well, then how do you know I said that?
I was. How did you know
in the deposition?
I didn't see you
How
there.
did you know what the grand jury said?
Do you even have ears? I don't see your ears.
Perjury Pineapple. Yes.
Perjury Pineapple.
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll have a very transparent investigation and he'll get I mean, all the ICE agents are going to be busy getting their asses whooped at poll stations, so.
Oh yeah, I heard who was like, oh, it was Steve Bannon was like, we're going to put ICE at all the polling stations.
We're going to surround the polls with ICE.
It's like, all right, buddy, whatever.
Trump has to make it to the midterms. That motherfucker neck veins sticking out, popping out of his freaking body looks all strange. Hands rotting off.
This man's got makeup on his hands.
Yo,
aside from the orange spray paint that he puts on every morning that everyone ignores.
his schedule is getting lighter because of his sundowning.
Can't put him in public as much because
Yeah,
he just starts rambling about dicks and everything else.
And all of his public events are in the afternoon when he's most like cogent, I suppose. Like he doesn't
6 o'clock.
Yeah. He doesn't sleep because he sunsdowns. That's why he's always tweeting or truthing or whatever at 3 a.m. because he doesn't sleep.
I don't
His
know why
brain's messed up.
I don't know why people didn't stop me. I'm not supposed to be texting and doing stuff that late. They're supposed to take my phone. They didn't even take my phone. Can you believe it? No one can believe it. They took my phone. He's insane.
Mikey, we have a political advertisement.
What?
I've never had my flabbers so gasted.
I don't know who put this.
I've never had my flabbers so gasted.
I don't know who put this out, but man, they really got Cat good on this one.
Oh no, it's a hit piece.
Cat Abu Gazale is the kind of radical Democrat Fox News warned you about.
Oh,
Cat
no.
believes you deserve universal health care, groceries, and housing. Where does she think we are? The richest country on earth?
Oh God!
Cat isn't a millionaire.
What?
She doesn't take PAC money.
What?
She can't even afford health insurance herself. How can she possibly relate to normal, hardworking corporations like you and me? And it gets worse.
No.
As a journalist, Kat's reporting helped lead to Tucker Carlson's departure from Fox News. Is that who you want fighting extremists in Washington?
Seriously?
Kat claims the Democratic Party should not bow down to Trump or his billionaire friends. Does she think strongly worded letters count as bowing? Kat Abu Gazale represents a new generation of progressive Democrats working to redefine the party's
Not
future.
progressive.
And she plans to do it with her ferocious attack cat by her side. Is this who you want representing us?
I'm Cat Abu Gazale, and I approve this message.
Everybody, I think she's earned this. Hold on, where is it here? Here, she's earned this.
This is what happens when you let AI do your work.
What do you mean?
Boy.
You think that was AI?
I think it had something to do with it. This marketing at the end screams AI.
To me, it looks like she's.
Hold on. Print.
Oh yeah,
You did that when I had coffee in my mouth.
Hey, dude, take it back a few frames. I think they got a zoomed out version. I think there's like not that far, like no, like literally.
Hold on. I'm not doing it. Hold on. I'm clearing something. Hold on.
I was say just a few frames because I think they zoomed it. Yeah, there you go.
Sweet Lord.
Ferocious attack cat buyers.
There we go. Oh,
hold on.
Find the party's future, and she plans to do it with her ferocious attack cat buyer.
Print screen.
That's funny.
This is ridiculous.
Fucking.
I hope you don't have. Yeah, right.
My flabbers.
Now, Mikey, who is this radical progressive Democrat?
She's running for District 9 in Illinois, which is the north side and into some of the northern suburbs.
Skokie, that area.
Yeah. From like Deerfield to Skokie.
Evanston.
Yeah. She's I think 28. She's awesome. She has great politics. She's an independent journalist who did a lot of the reporting on Tucker and his lying ass, which got him fired. So yeah, she kicks ass. And she also just got indicted by the Trump administration for going to one of the ICE protests.
Yep.
She also got thrown on her ass a couple times. So she's a tough old bird.
She took her lumps.
Yeah, she's a tough old bird. Great.
And she's a streamer, right? She games, right?
Yeah, her instead of running like the typical campaign, she's raised like 98% of her money from just streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Pretty sick if you ask me. Great way to campaign if you ask me, because that's where most of us are anyway, watching YouTube live streams like this one.
I'm glad that she approves of her own attack ad on her.
Well, they didn't do any good ones for her, so she had to make her own, which is not her fault.
No, it's not. It's funny though.
She got to do everything in this election.
if I ever had money in a campaign, that's exactly what I would do. I would be like, my opponents can't make any good attack ads, so here's one about me.
I was making a bunch of attack ads and ran out of enemies, so I started one on me.
I must attack myself.
This is like an old man playing chess in the park against himself.
I think my favorite part was she can't even afford her own health insurance.
And she's probably going to win too. She's got a good following.
It's a huge. Well, the primary was huge. It's like 18 people.
And we'll move on to the next thing, but I'll look up the polling on her.
I think they're voting pretty soon. I think they vote in like a month or something like that because it's a special election.
Holy shit.
Oh, starting at the end, I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, y'all.
So this guy,
$1.94.
So this guy's gonna perfectly explain why the president has nothing to do with the gas prices.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to
I
do
haven't
with
seen
it.
this price like at least for 6-7 years. It's on Fuqua and Beamer.
Longer than that.
$20 could fill my tank. Hallelujah.
But gas been a little bit cheaper lately. And no, the oil companies didn't suddenly find Jesus, which are actually watching this world's biggest cartel beefing with itself. Share and save this because this is geopolitical economics for regular folks. Quick lesson. Oil prices are not set by Bob's presidents. They're set by a cartel. Yeah, like drugs, but with suits and flags. The cartel's called OPEC. And the big dogs in that group, Saudi Arabia and Russia. And together, that's about half of the world's oil. And their main ops, the United States, about 20% of the world's global production. So how does this game work? You see, OPEC doesn't set prices directly. They actually just control supply. So more oil equals cheaper gas. Less oil equals expensive gas. So let's just break this down simply. OPEC likes to play this little game. Let's keep prices high, but not so high that America starts drilling like a crackhead. Because once oil hits about $70 per barrel, the U.S. oil companies say less and start pumping. See, back in 2016, Saudi Arabia realizes something crazy. Oil ain't forever. At this time, half their GDP was oil. So they launched Vision 2030. Tourism, tech, real estate, EVs, the whole rebrand.
Pause.
I'm sure you guys have seen a million
Riyadh season ads at this point. And also they've taken over your esports, they've taken over your MMA, your golf, your F1,
your WWE,
your professional wrestling.
Yeah, they have been diversifying the portfolio, as it were. Because oil will not last forever and people are using it less and less. So they're still going to be playing video games and watching people beat the shit out of each other. So let's just move the money over there.
All combat sports, boxing.
Yeah.
This is starting to get crazy.
Okay.
season ads at this point. That's the rebrand that I'm talking about. But all of that costs money, which means they need oil prices high. So from 2016 to 2020, they try to keep oil prices hovering just under $70. The perfect sweet spot. America stays chill and Saudi gets paid. Then come 2022. Russia invades Ukraine. Sanctions drop and Russian oil gets locked out of global markets. Supply drops and oil prices go stupid. $90, $100, $120 a barrel. And America, like the thugs we are, said bet. U.S. drilling goes crazy. In fact, for a minute, the U.S. became the biggest oil producer on earth.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
We got a water fund. We can't play cartel freeze tag. So Russia breaks rank and dumps oil on the market. So to recap, now you got the U.S. pumping like they just started OnlyFans. Russia dumping like the night after a tequila and Taco Bell combo. Supply is flooding streets. And with that, prices start falling fast. In fact, U.S. oil companies made so much during the spike, they learned how to drill profitably at $45 and $50 a barrel. So now Saudi Arabia's nightmare happens. They need high prices, but America doesn't anymore. So Saudi hits this in 2023. They say, all right, y'all, we got to cut production again. But smaller OPEC countries are broke. They can't afford to play Monopoly with empty pockets. So everybody just starts cheap. Cartel discipline dies and OPEC starts cracking. And that's why today, 2026, oil is floating at about $40 to $60 a barrel. Not because politicians saved you, but because, like Meek Mill says, so much money, all your friends turn to enemies. As a result, America learned how to start drilling cheaper. And everyone started looking out for themselves. Gas got cheaper because global power structures started beefing, not because corporations got kind. So if the prices drop, cool. Just don't get comfortable. Share and save this video. You just got geopolitics without a degree. I should
be charging you motherfuckers, is how he ends that. So there you go. If you didn't know what OPEC is, do yourself a favor and go do a Google later and enjoy the horrible nonsense that is how we actually get prices for things, or for oil at least.
So
Billy,
I got some quick info on the Chicago 9th, or not, the Illinois 9th district here. They have, so there was a primary on February 5th. Is that correct? Early voting started. March 1st is when online voter registration ends. March 12th is the deadline for online and posted applications to be voted by mail. And then the actual like election day primary is March 17th. There are 15 candidates running.
Yeah.
And
so
and right
3 have
now,
dropped out.
yeah. And it looks like right now Kat is either at the top or near the top in polling.
She's beasting. And this is with, I think, APEC's planning to put $3 million into her race. So I think she's in a very good spot. Very good spot. She's been endorsed by pretty much everybody online that you think is cool.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Before we get to all of Mikey's videos, all 15,000 of them.
Don't, you know, this isn't a attack Mikey session. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't necessary.
We've been promising civics lessons for the MAGA folk for a little bit, and I would like to, this is part 1, installment number 1, on how US government works.
The United States.
This is something that you would learn in Intro to US Gov.
The United States government is structured around 3 main branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. This design, rooted in the Constitution, ensures a system of checks and balances.
Checks and balances. What are those?
Preventing any one branch from gaining too much power. First, we have the legislative branch, which is primarily responsible for making laws. This branch is bicameral, consisting of 2 chambers: the Senate with 100 senators, and the House of Representatives, which has 435 members. Together, they debate and pass legislation, control federal spending, and have the power to declare war. Next is the executive.
Whoa, who has the power to declare war? Is it Congress?
What, in the purse strings? So levy taxes? That's the legislative branch?
Yeah, that's the legislative branch, not the executive branch.
So the executive branch can't incur tariffs on people? Unless we're at war, which also comes from Congress. Okay.
Kind of funny how that works.
So we're not at war and we're paying tariffs. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Sounds like someone's asleep at the wheel.
Control federal spending and have the power to declare war. Next is the executive branch, headed by the president. This branch is tasked with enforcing laws and administering the government. It includes the vice president, the cabinet, and numerous federal agencies. The cabinet consists of 15 departments, such as the Department.
Look at all them cabinet departments.
Look at this asshole defending white supremacists. You sound crazy, by the way, dial up.
You've been saying some crazy stuff, bro.
Yo, you are obsessed with trans people and you're obsessed with defending white supremacists. Good luck.
I know what
we're all gonna see. We're all gonna see the light and just go. Oh, dial up has totally fucking changed our minds. Now we're bigots who love white supremacists too, thanks to his great leadership. You sound crazy.
Oh, there we go.
You're the one sane-splaining an old white supremacist who's been told not to say white supremacist shit, who accidentally slips up and says white supremacist shit all the time. So it's cool, man.
We got 2 British pound super chat from Allie.
Oh, I'm getting a spice attack. I can feel it.
Ooh, I'm getting a spice attack.
Some foreign funds for part 2 of the civics lesson from Scotland.
Woohoo!
So Allie is funding your education here.
Of Defense and the Department of Education, each overseeing specific areas of public policy. Finally, we have the judicial branch, which interprets laws and ensures they comply with the Constitution. At its core is the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, along with lower federal courts. The judiciary has the power to review laws and executive actions, ensuring that they align with constitutional principles. Together, these branches.
Boy, I wish the Supreme
Actions,
Court would actually do
ensuring
some of that. Some of this constitutional compliance over here.
Yo.
You have no idea where you are, do you, Dial-Up?
No, he keeps coming back for more because he can't find people to actually debate, so he just comes in here and tries to justify his fucked up worldview. And he's like, "I'm right. Yeah, we're emotional. You're in a fucking chat where no one fucking wants you, whining that Trump's not a white supremacist when it wasn't even brought up. So
who even was talking? It was just you, bro.
It's your demons that you're exercising right now.
Nobody
not
mentioned
ours.
that at all.
I mean, you're not even paying attention to the fucking videos on the screen, but we're the ones that are low IQ and emotional.
Let me guess. I got diagnosed with TDS again. Oh no. What's my life expectancy now?
We all have TDS. It's all it's rampant, really.
Huey.
The Dark Lord Greg says the Constitution is liberal propaganda, and the Fourth Amendment was just a suggestion.
Right.
They align with constitutional principles. Together, these branches work in concert to uphold democracy.
Trump ain't Illuminati. Nobody would want that motherfucker in his
Who
group.
the hell would? It's a secret society. Why would they let his ass in there?
Trump can't keep his own secrets. Why would he keep the Illuminati's secrets?
Why would the Illuminati tell him anything?
Yo, that's why we know the aliens don't fucking exist, man. Trump would have told everyone by now.
Day uno.
Well, not that they don't exist, but we haven't met them yet. They haven't found us.
There's
this
so many
this
buzzwords.
motherfucker says that we're emotional and low IQ, and he over here talking about the Illuminati. Okay, brother.
We are unthinking lemmings.
Now I just
That's
want
what
pizza.
Dial-Up says. All right, bro. You think whatever you want.
Right.
The show's not about you.
Democracy, protect individual rights, and maintain the
Turn
rule
your
of law
volume
in the
up so you
United
can learn
States.
something.
The executive branch is the most visible and powerful branch of the U.S. government, led by the president.
I will disagree with this video slightly here. It is currently, hasn't always been. It used to be Congress. People used to see the Speaker of the House as the most powerful person in American politics. And then after World War II, the Speaker kind of gave that up.
If y'all spent 1% of the time bettering yourselves and your community than being propagandized mouthpieces,
you would enjoy your lives more. Well, upstated. Guess what? You've drawn my ire. You wanted attention and you got it. Come on up to the front of the class. Upstated AK. Come on up to the front. Who are we doing propaganda for?
The Constitution.
Go ahead. No, we'll wait.
Why is it people always just they think that you don't love your life because you care about other people? Like, I'm so tired of this narrative that, oh, you must not like your life because you care about other people's lives. No, I mean, we're a community of people that care about other people because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what makes you a good person in your community, is building and caring about your community. And guess what? If you haven't looked around, everything's on fire. You're an asshole for even saying anything like this. Enjoy my life more. Like, my life's not enjoyable. My life's supremely enjoyable. Probably much better than yours.
Okay. Well, whatever. Upstate, I do involve myself in my community. I volunteer. So I don't know what you're getting at. I don't know what you're complaining about.
And this platform also, I mean, I don't know if you saw the video from literally fucking 4 minutes ago where we talked about local candidate, and I gave the most thorough, she's awesome, everybody vote for her. Is that bettering the community when I make people known to people who may not have seen them before, who are running for office, who are going to do the things that I'm saying?
Nope, you're being selfish.
See, I knew it. See,
Oh,
I
boy.
knew it.
Ah.
See, who told you we were liberals?
They always
Yeah, now
do.
you're just making assumptions.
See, and what happens when you assume? See, that's the problem. Y'all come in here with your fucking red and blue shirts on, and you try to fucking make us put on jerseys. How about fuck you? How about that? You like
Yeah,
that?
my shirt is red and blue.
How about that? How about you stop saying that motherfuckers are fucking spouting propaganda when we don't root for either fucking side? But you came in here thinking you knew what fucking time it was, and you fucking embarrassed yourself. So how about this? Shut the fuck up with your shit talking, and maybe provide some ask some questions if you want to know something about us. Stop fucking assuming you know everything about somebody because it's YouTube and it's your phone and you can scroll as fast or as slow as you want to. Maybe somebody will pull the fucking show over and call your ass the fuck out. How about that?
Listen, Upstate Dick, they have a request. I'm gonna call you a numpty, whatever that means, because they paid for it. You see how liberal is that?
Two British pound super chat from Allie. Call him a numpty again.
You're a numpty, Upstate Dick. That's his name, right? Upstate Dick. Why is everything with these people about my private parts? Why is it always this with him? I'm starting to get really tired of this.
Yeah, we had a couple
worried
more
about
fun
people's
ones in the
privates
chat.
all day.
The real reason everything is on fire because of evil, fascist, racist, communist, Marxist, Democrats. That's a lot of qualifiers.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I can't break that down.
Specific group of people.
That's
Yeah,
like
what are there,
it's like
three of
two
those
guys.
people on Earth?
I mean, I don't think we're fascist, racist. We can't be communists. I don't think we're Marxists, and we're not Democrats. Like, again, y'all need to just like, oh, where's my Michael Steele at?
None of the
Where's Michael
above
Steele?
apply.
Where's Numbnuts at? Where's the Numbnuts one? Oh, there it is.
Y'all just being numbnuts right now because you forget your own history.
Come on, guys, get it together over there. You're just yelling at us for
Here,
no
progress
reason.
only. There is his channel, and it should have all of his link.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Now, first we're propagandists, and now we're children.
Yeah.
Come on, brother. How about you fucking own up to the fact that you thought you knew who you were talking about and you were wrong? Can you own up and say you were wrong?
Also, Upstate could be a bot. There's no picture there. Who might just be arguing with a bot?
Dick.
Yeah, prove you're not a bot.
Yeah, come on.
Since you got no fucking human side interface, and this is a live camera. Whoop 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 whoop. Live camera. I'm not a bot. Are you a bot? What does this even mean?
What are you talking about?
What is that? Explain this. No, everybody shut up. Explain this, dumbass. Go ahead. Explain it. And also prove you're not a bot. Type in the word gravy if you're not a bot. Which I imagine is what your blood looks like.
He doesn't know how to type in gravy.
My programming does not allow me to type in gravy.
Also, like and subscribe if you're not a bot.
Ooh, person updated projection. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, Viper Scott, I got you on the insults today. Upstate Dick is a knuckle dragger. Sponsored by Viper Scott. One. Thanks, Viper Scott. Longtime supporter of the bin.
This is the thing. Look, he thinks he's won. What have you won? You haven't answered a single fucking question. You just keep dodging everything I fucking ask you. Like, what is your deal? Is this the only social interaction you're getting today? Am I supposed to be kind to you, or am I supposed to be afraid of you?
Women don't like him. It's obvious.
No, he's probably got he's got 1,000 kids and 1,000 girlfriends and 10 billion businesses, and he drives a 700-foot tall skyscraper truck. And his penis is the size of a whale. He's so confident and so alpha. He's so alpha Chad that it's 12 o'clock noon and he's in our fucking live stream chat complaining that people don't have parents, which is the weirdest shit to say for 3 adult men,
grown ass men
in stable relationships that you don't know.
He's got 2 black friends. Both of them are named Chuck.
Thurston.
I don't want to
Thurston and Charles.
Right, Thurston and Charles. You know, what up, Tristan? How you doing today, man?
Tristan,
Like, come on, man.
what up?
Come on. This is starting to get ridiculous. Who told you that I was a liberal Democrat? Who told you that? And why did they lie?
Come on, man. I asked you like 10 different questions. You just keep, what the hell? LOL. What the hell? Are
If
you?
you guys were Democrats, I wouldn't come back here. What are you talking about?
We're going to talk about bummer. And fucking Tim, I warned you about that abundance shit. Now I'm fucking convinced. Now I'm convinced it's
Mikey, I agreed with you like 3 months ago.
I know. I'm just bringing it up.
Okay. Underdeveloped.
Sometimes I liked it better when nobody was watching us because this never happened. Sometimes, not all the time.
So wait. He accused us of being emotional 6 minutes ago. And then 6 minutes into the present, you guys have no emotional maturity. Oh, but I thought
Allie, don't block him yet. I really want to know some stuff about this person.
Yeah,
I really
Allie,
want to know why they're like this.
Allie, you're on a block timeout. Stop blocking everybody. You're taking all of our
block him.
You're banning
fun.
You're banning all of our tether balls.
Oh,
they're gone.
Upstate. Here,
I was playing whack-a-mole with them. It was fun.
How about answer this one?
What's
the Seventh Amendment to the Constitution?
Prep for
Do we
Google
know?
response.
They're not going to tell
They
you.
can't even Google. They can't even fucking Google.
They're not going to tell you.
Remember the last one? All right, we'll move on for now.
It might be gone anyway.
They're not here.
As Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the president serves as the nation's top military leader with the authority to deploy troops and wage war.
I'll pull this shit over and
But
get
the
your ass
president's
again.
role extends far beyond the battlefield. As chief executive, the president is responsible for enforcing and administering the law. Think of the president as the CEO of the federal government, overseeing.
Please don't think the president is the CEO of the federal government. That's a bad idea. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
How come your shit is up there if you're muted?
Oh, look who's getting up. Look who's getting upsetty now.
Right, typing in caps.
Oh, grown men, by the way.
Grown men.
Yeah.
He forgot one word. I said grown ass men. You can't type that out, but you can call people other names. Numpty business.
It's funny to me.
I'll start cursing them out in patois. I don't care.
I'm just waiting for him to prove that we're fucking liberal Democrats.
Yeah.
Because he went from liberal Democrats to fatherless behavior to you're too emotional to you have no emotional intelligence and all that. Like, dude, you got to pick a lane. And just because you're like all stressed out because your little fucking daddy Trump has got you all fucked up, don't come over here to fucking excise those demons. You keep them inside. You voted for
Upstate really loves Drake, by the way.
I bet he does.
He's got a whole playlist of fucking Drake.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No way.
No. Yeah, we Kendrick fans over here, dog.
I'm not listening to Drake.
Hey, Upstate. I hear you like him. Never mind. Play. Turn the stream off.
A vast bureaucracy of agencies and departments. At the heart of this bureaucracy lies the cabinet, a group of advisors consisting of the vice president and the heads of 15 executive departments, such as the Department of State, Department of Defense, and Department of Education. The State Department, for example, is responsible for conducting foreign policy and protecting American interests abroad. Led by the Secretary of State, this department negotiates treaties, appoints ambassadors, and gathers intelligence to inform.
Yeah, that was a real mistake. Good job, stupid.
Meanwhile, the
that was
Defense
real dumb.
Department, under
that worked
the
out great
leadership
for us,
of the
didn't it?
Secretary of Defense, is tasked with maintaining a strong military capable of defending the nation against threats both foreign and domestic. But the executive branch is more than just the president and cabinet. It also includes a wide array of independent agencies, each with its own specific mission and area of expertise. Take the Environmental Protection Agency,
that don't exist
EPA,
no more.
for instance.
Yep.
Established in 1970, the EPA is charged with protecting human health and the environment by enforcing laws like the Clean Air Act
Called it.
and the
Called
Clean Water
it.
Act, led by an administrator appointed by the president.
Called it.
Every
What
time.
What a fucking cuck. You're a cuck. Don't say shit else to me. You're a fucking cuck. Go sit in the chair and let your country get fucked while you sit there and jerk off and watch. You're a fucking cuck. Fuck you. Fuck you.
President. The EPA operates independently of the cabinet, allowing it to make decisions based on scientific evidence rather than political considerations.
Well, until they got rid of Chevron deference.
Yeah.
Another notable independent agency is NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Founded in 1958, NASA is responsible for the nation's civilian space program, conducting research and exploration that pushes the boundaries of human knowledge. From sending astronauts to the moon to launching powerful telescopes that peer into the depths of the cosmos, NASA's achievements have inspired generations of Americans and reminded us of the boundless potential.
Mikey, what would have been our suggestion then?
What do you think, dumbass? There was two fucking options, dumbass.
There was two options, and you never mind.
There was two bad options, and you picked the worst possible option possible. And now you're in here trying to justify your dumbass fucking weak bitch beta fucking, like, who votes for somebody in the Epstein files and then comes in here and calls us weirdos, right? Like, your man's is all over the Epstein files and you're in here talking to me. You better go review them 3 million
He doesn't
documents.
even know who his rep is. I guarantee you, Upstate has no idea who his congressional rep is. He has no clue. No clue. And most of these people never have a clue who their reps are.
I maintain that Upstate is a bot and probably Russian.
The cognitive dissonance is kicking in.
This is a video about basic U.S. government. If you're talking about cognitive dissonance and NASA,
him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, boy. I was about to lose my shit. Basic civics, guys.
Of human ingenuity. And then there's the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency. As the nation's premier intelligence agency,
don't tell Upstate.
The CIA gathers and analyzes information from around the world to help policymakers make informed decisions. Operating under the Director of National Intelligence, the CIA employs a vast network of spies, analysts, and support staff.
I believe DNI currently is Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah. That's
monitor
fine.
Threats, track down terrorists, and provide early warning of
no
potential
one's
crises.
muting you, dumbass.
While the president may be the most visible member of the executive branch,
if you put in bad words, YouTube is going to block you. No one has said shit to you, dude. So you need to follow YouTube's rules, or come over to the what's it called, the landscape one, where maybe you can get more shit off, or people can review it, but they can't review what you're saying if you're saying it in the vertical one. So there you go.
Oh, we got an actual answer to who the rep is.
LB says, I'm DSA, but I lean communist. I mean, you can try to lean communist, but
you can do your best.
We'd have to restructure the Constitution and everything else for there to be communists and actual socialists, which is why it's so funny that people complain that so-and-so is a socialist and so-and-so is a communist. Like, oh, did we get rid of the Constitution because of that person? Do we restructure who owns property? No. So they're not those things. You can call them those things, but
they're not going to do it either. So no.
You got to look up the definition before you call people shit.
They said that their rep is Claudia Tenay.
Claudia Tenay. Okay.
Claudia
See who
Tenay.
that is.
She represents New York's 24th congressional district.
Mm-hmm.
I know, LB, but we were so close. I feel like we were getting there.
65.
Upstate New York.
She's a Republican.
Lake Ontario and the Finger Lakes. So near Canada.
She was in the 22nd district before this, so she switched districts.
What's best for working people? Oh my God. You think this motherfucker is good for hardworking people? Are you insane? Did you not read Project 2025? Did you not read the triple B?
Ex user. She's going crazy on X. Yeah, if that's his rep and he supports her, I can see why he's saying all this crazy stuff because she says lots of crazy stuff on X.
That's the first step.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Nazi pedos have to get out first, and they're fucking sycophants, and they're fucking enablers, and the people that are just going to look the other way. And because at this point, Trump has looked the other way because he knew what Epstein was up to. He went and called the police, whistleblower, la da da da, and then he fucking continued hanging out with them. And same thing with Lutnick and everybody else.
Wow, this lady is Claudia Tanay is all in on Donald Trump.
Dude, she's terrible. Like, just looking at some of the stuff that she said, she's absolutely horrible. Like, I don't understand why we already have a flag that represents everyone. And this is about everybody else. Like, anytime anybody has anything, she wants to tear it down. Y'all can't have nothing.
Yeah, really. She wants to remove tax transparency. She wants to remove she's for the tax on tips, which is such a fucking scam.
This motherfucker said, I have an MSW. I'm well educated and aware of public policy. Slow down the campism for a minute. If you know so much, then how the fuck did Trump make sense to you in any way possible? Like you literally voted for the most racist person because what? He had policy? This motherfucker still doesn't have a fucking policy. Not one. All of his policies are against the fucking Constitution because they're random thoughts that he has the night before. Or it's part of Project 2025.
They want to repeal.
What are you talking about?
They want to repeal amendments, and this dude is acting like that's not part of his policy.
How do you? He's talking about public policy. This motherfucker has no public policy. He's a fucking dictator. He's an authoritarian. Who votes for an authoritarian? Who said I'll only be a dictator on day one? He said that shit, and you voted for him. He lost New York, and that's the problem. People get this weird fucking like hypothetical syndrome where they vote for shit even though it's not going to happen in their state, and then they just want to stand on that side like, well, I voted for the things to get worse, and look, they did. Not my fault. Yes, because your mentality is the problem. Your inability to to analyze information as it comes in. You've only had 15 years to deal with this asshole, and you still made the only wrong choice available.
Hold on. What tax cut? What tax cut for everybody? You mean my Doge check? Where's my Doge check?
Exactly.
Mikey, you got a Doge check?
It's not happening, dude.
Timmy, where's your Doge check?
I got one from Soros, but I didn't get one from Doge yet.
Oh, where's my 50K?
Yeah, you know what?
I want 50K.
Someone get Tom Homan on the phone. Ask him where our money is.
The most corrupt, pedophilic, insider trading, bribery taking administration in the history of Earth. And these motherfuckers are like, well, who did you want me to vote for?
Here we go. All politicians are evil. Right-wing policies give me more control over my own destiny.
What
These aren't right-wing policies.
Fuck are you talking about?
These aren't right-wing policies. You know what? You know what these policies are getting you, bro? You know what the policies are getting you?
What's up, Pup Galaxy?
This.
Tread on me.
This is what the right-wing policies are getting you.
Yep.
Government is more powerful than it's ever been, and they're using their power to tread on you. And you like it. You like it. You want it. You want more of it.
American government conversations are cool for running up views, but it's generally pointless conversation. I know several people that have gotten into office, so that's cap. Spoken like someone who's never fucking tried it. Like, are you fucking kidding?
Cash got in office.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Half of the
fucking administration are fucking YouTubers and podcasters.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That's how you get in now.
What are you talking about?
That's how you get in now.
The other half are Fox News hosts.
Like, literally,
or pundits.
Political media is what's running the fucking government right now. So to say that that's not going to work and that has no effect is just ill-informed. Ill-informed.
All right, but this is what Upstate's not getting. They're using this argument to take away your rights. You know, the government's position on Alex Preddy is that he shouldn't have had a gun.
Right.
Right? And
he shouldn't be having a gun in public, even though he's got a license to carry.
I thought he had a license for it.
And it was in a holster.
So 2A was upheld, and they're saying that it shouldn't have been.
They don't want you to go to protests. They don't want you to have a gun at protests. They don't want you to voice your opinions. They're actively investigating people who are voicing their opinions.
So by abiding by the law, you're breaking what now?
The free speech is legal again. Legalize comedy.
Like
y'all can believe whatever you want.
So far, they violated the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment. And I'm sure they violated
the 7th and the 14th.
Yeah, the 7th and the 14th. What would you say, Mikey? The 6th?
Yeah.
And the 6th. Like
putting people in fucking concentration camps violates their 6th Amendment rights.
And
they just bought a whole bunch more property for it. So someone burned it down.
Oops. Who knew ICE facilities were flammable?
But that's what they want. They want to take away all of your rights.
He says there is no left, or there is no right or left. The government lies to the citizens about literally everything, and people still pick and choose what to believe. Those statements have nothing to do with the reality that we all live in. Like, you can say that there's no left and right, but there are parties that are left and there are parties that are right. If you don't know all the rules to the game and you haven't been keeping up with which player is on which team, and your DraftKings team, but you don't know the current political lineup, it's easy to say that. It's easy to say that. But for those of us that have been watching since we voted for the first time, it is apparent that there are differences between the sides, and they're all pretty shit.
Classic Codes here says it's all bullshit, all of it. Well, then what does it even matter, bro? Why are you here? Why are you even here then?
Well, then what? Then why do anything? If nothing matters at all and nothing is nothing and everything is nothing, then I guess you win life, huh? I guess we should all just go home.
Nah, this person is one of those, well, everyone else is indoctrinated but me. Everyone else has the woke mind virus but me. And you guys will never learn.
Mikey is speaking from the standpoint of simple indoctrination. Explain it. Who am I indoctrinated by?
What has your vote done to affect change in your personal life?
Well, I didn't vote for a pedophile, so I have that going for me. You know what I mean?
Hold on. I got one for that.
No fucking way.
Nope, wrong one.
If you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it.
Listen.
Do you believe people can come to completely valid different positions that's based on experience? No, because there's no experience that you can have to make me believe that tariffs are going to save the American people. Because it literally doesn't make fucking
your
sense.
Experience doesn't justify that. Your experience doesn't justify that. I totally get. I totally understand. Hating the government on all ends. I'm that person. I don't like the government at all. I don't like either side, to be honest. But there's one side that is literally all about child touching. You know what I'm saying? That whole side is doing this, and they're defending it in Congress. And the one place where we're supposed to be able to have law in the country, and without law, the country fails. Unfortunately, they think they're above the law. We had Pam Bondi tell us that she doesn't work for us the other day, when she absolutely does. She absolutely does work for the American people, and told the American people that she doesn't work for us. She only works for one person.
So now we're clout chasing with politics. Okay. I'm not going to mention your channel and what you talk about, but that's fine. I'll let you have your zinger, and people can go to Classic Codes, look at all your fucking shit, and decide if you're doing what you're doing because you believe it or because you're rage baiting, like you're doing right now.
I will say that people can come to valid different positions based on experiences. However, there's a qualifier there that, like, some positions are not validated through experience.
Right.
Like, what ICE did in Minnesota is not. You can't validate that. You can't say that that was good or is good. You can't say what the Trump administration did to Venezuela was a good idea.
It costs
You
us
can't
a
say
lot of
what
money.
the Trump administration is going to do to Iran is a good idea. Like, come on, guys. It doesn't matter what your experiences are in some of these things. There's good ideas and bad ideas, and the Trump administration is chock full of bad ones.
And criminals and hypocrisy and bribery and corruption.
It's literally Trump is running a kleptocracy.
I mean, they're
I
not
don't know if
anyone's.
anyone's.
I mean,
Oh no, all the sides are the same. This motherfucker has made $1.5 billion in a year while he's supposed to just be taking a $300,000 salary. But no, it's me. I'm the one who's fucking brainwashed and indoctrinated. Meanwhile, this motherfucker is filling he's about to sue your dumbass
$10 billion
for $10 billion.
Where are they going to get that money from?
Well, you know, everybody does it. No, he is the only one that's doing this shit. It's fucking unbelievable to me that people are coping so fucking hard to act like shit is normal. It's not normal. It's not. So you need to adjust your thinking to match the times. You sound crazy.
So Classic Codes here is making a fundamental question of why are we doing this instead of what the more fun things that we do elsewhere? Like, come to our other shows, like Wednesday and Tuesday nights. We have fun. Like, come, we do other things. However, why are we doing this right now? Because it's necessary. Just we're not all fucking nihilists like you.
Drop the link for what? You want to come on? Okay. And you can explain. If any here, Cortez, you want to send it to him in a message?
I'll send it over to him right now.
Okay. I'm about to say I'm not putting it in the chat. There'll be 7,000 bots that I gotta
all the
block
bots,
out of here.
All the bots will be here.
See, I think there's course for agreement here. We're just
I doubt
there's
it.
some things we differentiate on, but if you think there's a left and a right wing, you're indoctrinated, sir.
You don't know what the rules are to the game that you're commenting on, but that's okay. We can we can explain it. It's more complicated than cricket. So I've gotten over 150 homeless people off the street in the past 2 years through my work, and yet I'm supposed to believe that some smug bullies on YouTube are better than me. So are we bullies or are we fatherless emotional beings?
Bullies?
Like, you gotta pick a side. See, that's the other thing. You can't keep doing this. My enemy is both weak and strong. Like, either we're weak or we're bullies. You got to pick a lane. You got to pick a lane.
And also, we're not trying to fucking bully anyone. However, like, saying dumb shit on our channel.
I am.
Well, Upstate's got no merit to anything that he's talking about. So,
like seriously, like, you're a social worker, I assume. That's great. You're doing good work. I assume that you work for the government then. And perhaps the New York State government wouldn't be too happy with some of the things that you're saying.
He totally came in insulting us, but said bullying is fatherless behavior. Oh, okay. So it's okay. So it's okay when you do it.
Accuse people of muting him, even though we can see everything he's saying, and putting it on the screen.
Me, bitch. I didn't, motherfucker. I'm not even typing. I don't even
ask him about his representative, and he tells you someone who might be just as bad as the people that we're talking about, who are probably involved, considering where they are and what they talk about. It took me less than 10 seconds to see what this person was talking about. And I'm like, you like this person?
Meanwhile, Russell here is having an entirely different conversation about all the good things that Trump has done, like $35 insulin, newer delivery services such as Pump and Pen. This is like what? Capitalism did this? Did capitalism do all these things? Because of profits, CTs and MRIs exist.
They don't actually look into people's bodies. Let's just have exploratory surgeries. You're right. Get rid of those CT scans and MRIs.
Oh, he's yelling at the UK and the Europeans in the chat.
Can't be mad at them.
They didn't do anything to us today. Nothing.
He said, no cost to multi-million-dollar treatments and pieces of equipment is a pipe dream. Ali says, Russell, it's free in the UK.
It's free in most of Western society, dude. We're the last motherfuckers. Well, actually, we're the only ones that got people getting insurance and paying hundreds of dollars a month just to be healthy.
Hold on. That's so that might be true, but you have people that are paying hundreds of dollars a month and getting denied the medication, even though they have the insurance.
Yep.
And that's very near and dear to me, as you are well aware of, because sometimes they say you can't have this.
Yep. They just did that to me. I got health insurance and they denied me for something.
They make you get this stuff. And they make you pay it out. And then here's the kicker. If you don't get it because you can't afford it, then they hit your taxes for it. So they're taking it anyway.
Yeah.
And you get penalties. And then you might not be able to register for next year. So you might never have health care for 4 or 5 years if you miss 1 year.
Ouch.
Ali said that national health insurance for the UK is €20 a week. And they can just go to a hospital and get help whenever they want.
If they fucking started taxing their fucking millionaires and billionaires, they could probably drop that to about 18. But they got the same tax loopholes and all that bullshit.
Listen, if we dropped some of the income restrictions on paying taxes for Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security, that shit would be funded forever, man. But there's an income limit on that tax. If we just got rid of that income limit, yeah.
After 468,000, they don't pay any more into it.
So I don't know, man. Like the system's not. We're on the wrong end of the power money dynamic.
And this is the shit that pisses me off. The billions that we send to Israel for their free healthcare, can we just put it towards our free healthcare or free college, free housing? They get all that shit over there, and we literally sponsor that shit. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, motherfuckers working 16 jobs, sleeping for 47 minutes a day just to fucking make rent. This is crazy. Why are we on the bad side of this deal on purpose?
This is a dream over here. You don't have to pay for the ambulance, free point of service treatments,
motherfucker,
for $20 a week.
Motherfuckers,
I pay $600 a month.
Motherfuckers will get into a car accident and get on a skateboard and drag themselves to the hospital because that ambulance costs too much.
Man, I done declined an ambulance after getting assaulted by a bunch of people, and people are like, "Why didn't you just get in the ambulance?" You know how much that costs? Put some ice on it. So Ace bandage, some ice. I'll be all right.
Here, Upstate says, I was an ER social worker for 2 years. They are so corrupt. Right. They're corrupt because health insurance is involved, because they can artificially inflate the prices with big pharma. They can kick people off of coverage if it gets too costly for them and they don't feel like paying for that shit, which is why we've been talking about universal health care for the last fucking 100 years. Because it's stupid to do it this way. It makes no sense. You got it?
Let me make sure it's the right one. Hold on.
It should end in DEG.
All right. That's better. That lets me know better.
But
I said in the wrong one.
I pay $600 a month for them to tell me, no, I can't have a medicine.
We could just do that shit for free.
Yeah. I could just not take medicine for free.
I gotta pay to not take medicine. Like, what the fuck?
Or worse, going to your primary is trash right now too.
Yeah. Like, this medicine was recommended by my primary, and the health insurance company's like, nah, you don't need it. We're not going to pay for that.
There's been so many times that's happened to me, and it's like I have to push my own healthcare and try to find alternative ways to like get healthier. And don't get me wrong, a lot of it has worked, but like if my healthcare professional, who is my primary, tells me that I should go and do something, and then I go to do it, and then I have a specialist tell me that I'm not covered. I'm like, well, in order for me to get the rest of the treatment that I need you to see me. Right. I can't see you. Why? Your insurance doesn't want to cover it. We work with a different agency.
So Russell says you could seize 100% of the billionaire's assets and barely cover Medicare for all for 1 year. I doubt that.
That's not even close to being true.
I think you underestimate how much money they have. All right, he's here. Classic. What's up?
Yo.
There we go.
What's the word?
What's up?
None, chilling. I was just coming on to actually talk because y'all was reading my comments through a filter, thinking y'all know me, and Ted's the only person up here that know me, and he was quiet. So I wasn't actually saying nothing wrong with y'all subject matter. I wasn't saying y'all shouldn't stream about politics. I was just saying I was adding a POV to the conversation y'all already had. So you were responding with a defensive posture when you weren't even under attack. You feel me? So that's just what it was. I was just coming to clear it up verbally versus trying to talk to y'all while y'all talking and I'm typing and there's a delay and all of that. So
okay,
whatever.
So in the words of Subway Takes, what's your take?
My take in regards to the government is that it's all smoke and mirrors. It's BS. You know what I'm saying? Laws are laws of nature. The government doesn't have laws. They have rules. Laws don't get amended. Laws are the same all the time, 24/7. So
let me jump in real quick.
Yeah.
You know, they're called laws.
Yeah, that's what they call. It's not what they are. I'm here to talk about reality.
So you're the discerner of reality?
Yeah, you too. It's
But
not a law. It's
okay, so then
okay.
I said that they're laws.
Hey, the
So
law.
now
The law.
So what do we do
Okay,
now?
so when does the law of how to handle a tornado change?
That's not a law because you just made that up. Laws are passed through legislation.
Does the law of how to handle a tornado change? That's the difference, Mikey.
That's not a real human sentence. You made up something that doesn't make sense.
So you don't want to answer. Tez, does the laws
It doesn't
of how
make
to-
sense.
It's okay. It's okay. I want to talk to somebody who can answer my question. Hey, Tez, does the laws of how you should handle a tornado ever change?
I mean, handling a tornado is not really a law.
No, I'm saying what you should do as a human being. Does it change when a tornado comes through?
What you should do, probably not. You should get out the way.
Right. For forever and always, right? Forever and
Always get out
always.
the
It does not change at all. We don't amend how to handle tornadoes, right? There's no amendments, right? So we amend how to handle other countries. We amend how to handle racism. We amend how police should police. We amend. These aren't laws, they're rules.
I mean, that's what we're talking about, though.
Right. So I'm removing the word law and replacing it with the correct term, which should be rule. Rules can be adjusted. Laws are forever.
But you understand that that's literally semantics.
No, it's not. It's indoctrination. It's when you start calling something.
So
It's
that's not semantics. What is semantics?
It's not semantics. I want to have a conversation instead of having a conversation about how we're going to have the conversation.
That's
so what I'm
literally
saying,
what you're doing.
No, you're trying to have a conversation about how we're going to have the conversation, and I'm just having the conversation.
You said laws doesn't mean laws, and I'm not.
Exactly.
And you're not being semantic.
So
you are being semantic.
So this conversation will not go anywhere unless we can amicably agree to disagree, brother. Let me make my point. Let me make my point.
Agree to disagree. We can just disagree.
Fine. The same thing.
I'm not agreeing to disagreeing. I'm just going to disagree because I don't play semantics games where I say laws don't mean laws. They mean what I want them to mean.
Okay, what's a rule? Tell me the difference between a rule and a law.
Laws are passed through legislation.
What's a rule?
Rules can be any number of guidelines to limit behavior.
So does a rule fall under the umbrella of a law?
No. Again, you're playing semantic games.
No, I'm asking a question.
Not.
I'm asking
You're
a question.
not asking a question.
Now, there's law and there's rule of law.
You're not asking you're not asking a
guys.
legitimate question because you literally start off saying, "What's the law of getting out of the way of a tornado?" That's semantics. You're abusing the definitions of words.
Mikey, let's have a conversation. Mikey, let's have a conversation. What do you disagree about what I said? Do you think there's
the definition of words?
Do you think there's a left and a right wing?
There's more than that.
Do you think that's a real
middle right?
Okay?
There's
So
all kinds of wings.
so with you guys covering this type of rhetoric, I'd imagine that you guys have access to people who are high up or have some level of power. You guys probably have some level of inside information. Is that a fair assessment or assumption? Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
So with your level of inside information, then you know that all these MFs play golf together, kick it together, know each other's families, hang out with each other, all
Not
of this
anymore.
stuff. Okay. All right. Sure.
Well, I would say that they've chosen their sides, and those sides hang out together.
Okay.
But
it's a lot more divided than it used to be.
But the days of like congressional people going to the lunchroom in the middle of the day and like eating together and then going to the floor and arguing and shit like that, those days are gone. Like they're all in cliques and tribes and inner sanctums and all that shit. They've already
a bunch of pit vipers when they go to Congress.
Yeah.
So I'll say from my experience, because I do know people in these circles, they don't run together as much as they used to. and at least that, you know, at state level politics in my state, the Democrats and the Republicans are more amicable than other states would be, because there's a clear power and difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. So the Republicans have to play ball if they want to get anything done. So yes, they do hang out together. They do, you know, they go to their kids' ball games and all that. They all live in the same communities.
Ritzy DC area.
But at large, like if we're talking about national politics and Congress, those guys, the Democrats and the Republicans, they don't eat lunch together anymore. Like they used to 10, 15 years ago. They used to eat lunch together. They used to hang out all the time. Everything you're saying, they used to be playing on the same teams. But things changed culturally in Congress. And now a lot of the newer congressional representatives see the other side as like a clear enemy that needs to be fought.
Right.
And the older representatives, like let's say like Joe Biden. Joe Biden's an old school guy.
Fuck Joe Biden.
Who believed that both sides should work together. His best friend was John McCain.
Right.
And I actually saw Joe Biden speak just before John McCain died. He came from John McCain's hospital bed to do a speech at my school. And he was talking about how all politics is, what do you say? It's not all politics is local. All politics is personal. Like,
yeah,
he was personally friends with John McCain. Newer congressional people aren't friends with anybody. That's the problem, is they're not friends. They don't talk together anymore.
Marjorie Taylor Greene and Jasmine Crockett
on their
were
side,
kicking it.
and the Republicans stay on their side. And I'm not saying everyone does that, but enough people do that where it's changed the culture of Congress.
And that impacts you, how, Tim? You directly as an individual citizen of the United States of America. How does that impact you? Them not having brunch anymore, or that they do or don't. Like, how does it impact you as an individual citizen?
It impacts me as an individual citizen because it impacts the laws that they're able to pass. This is the least productive Congress in the history of this country. So if they're not working together, they're not passing laws, they're not doing the people's work.
Right.
What if I told you in American history they never were? What if I told you that everybody in America is still a slave? They just dressed it up and made it look different. What if we had that conversation? What if that is the history of the entire country? It hasn't been different under no president. Under no president, Democrat, Republican, or otherwise, no president.
So I will say that is a certain philosophical view that you're talking about. And
what makes it philosophical? What makes it philosophical, Tim, versus reality?
Well, I mean, it's all about perspective, right? That's what we're talking about, perspective.
Kinda. I'm listening.
So, and I understand the stuff you were talking about earlier with like natural laws versus like societal laws and stuff like that too. Like,
I'm glad
that's all like Plato and John Locke and some other philosophers. More.
It just depends, bro. I'm listening. I just want to know how it impacts us.
I think, and I've always said this, on a national scale, politics doesn't affect us as much as we think it does. But on a more local scale, like your town governments and your state governments, it is much more impactful for you to be involved locally and statewide. And even regionally, if you have regional governments. My state doesn't have a regional government. It's just local and then state. But I do agree, and I've always said that local politics is the most important because that's where you directly pay taxes to. That's where your kids go to school there and all that stuff. National politics is very much a show sometimes. And I've seen it. I've worked for a congresswoman. I know how it works. It's all speeches and votes and a show.
Kissing babies and going on vacation.
Cory Booker's 700-hour speech.
And
then he votes with the Republicans.
And Tim, respectfully, thank y'all for having me up too. I'm classic with the classic codes. I know somebody said introduce yourself. I'm classic with the classic codes. I work with Tez all the time. But thank y'all for having me up. But essentially, you just agree with all I was saying in the chat, bro. It's worth conversation because it's more entertainment than anything. But it's not federal government it's just a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Oftentimes is used for more of a distraction than anything legal or pertinent to the individual citizen nationwide.
Okay, I don't necessarily fully agree with what you're saying, but do you believe that the institutions of government actually exist?
No.
I think that's where we disagree.
Yeah,
I believe that the institutions exist. I believe that a lot of them aren't doing their jobs. I believe that the
I
institutions have
think
become corrupted.
Then I think we're saying the same thing and answering it in different ways, because by them not doing their jobs, to me, that means they might as well not be there. If you're masking, if you're
blurry.
Yeah, it's auto correct.
There we go.
But
the auto cameras
yeah,
are crazy.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's all good.
I turned it off.
Keeps it real. You know what I'm saying? But nah, we're saying the same thing. You answered it differently, but I agree with you. I don't because of the fact that the functionality of it isn't necessarily impactful on a regular basis or with consistency, then I consider it not to be real. It's smoke and mirrors.
But would you say that the DHS exists? Like Department of Homeland Security, it exists.
Yeah, I have family that work for it.
Right. So that's a policy, that's a law body that's enacting things on the country. But you're saying that it doesn't matter because the government and laws are not real. But people are literally having effects like tariffs. Tariffs are actually affecting businesses and people. Wouldn't that be things
affecting
that you
my
say,
business?
But you're saying that stuff doesn't affect people because it's all smoke and mirrors and it's not real. But our economy is affected by it.
My business has gone up 25% that I have to pay extra because of the tariffs. So I lose money on my business because of the tariffs, because of where I source my materials from. It's costing me money. I know this for a fact. The tariffs cost me money just about overnight.
Yeah, me too. What's the big deal?
I wanted that money.
But you said it didn't do anything.
For me, I wanted that money.
It's not doing anything. It hasn't impacted my quality of life. Has it impacted yours?
It's not about my quality of life. It's about them existing in the first place. Because what if it affects somebody who's not on the call right now?
Then they need to make an adjustment. It's part of being a grown adult.
What do you mean make an adjustment?
Make an adjustment. My father always said when we were growing up, no matter who gets voted in or out, this household will run the same. And it did the whole time. And since I've been a grown man with my own household, it has run the same, regardless of who was in office. My household ran the same when Obama was in, ran the same when Trump was in, ran the same when Biden was in, ran the same when Trump was in. Whoever y'all vote in next, my household gonna still run the same.
Okay, but we're not talking about our individual households. We're having the larger political conversation, which involves many households at the same time. So I get that you want to you're saying that personally, I take care of my own business and I don't really care about politics. That's not what the show is about, because politics does touch down and touch earth in certain spots. And those are the spots that we report on, that we talk about. But if you're not informed about those spots, or if you don't believe in the system altogether, then you're never going to understand where I'm coming from, where humans, us, can affect the laws, because we are the ones who elect the legislators who write said laws.
That's the fundamental difference between the two of us. Voting don't fix nothing at all. So
have you ever voted before?
If you want to talk,
So
I voted. Okay. I voted. I've marched. It ain't fixed nothing neither time. If you want to actually affect change, that's a whole different conversation. Voting does nothing.
But you're leaving out the historical context where there was a time period where you couldn't vote.
So voting or not, I participated in voting and passed on participating in voting, and it fixed, change, altered nothing. It does nothing.
So because you weren't affected, it doesn't work.
No, it's not even about me. It's about people in general. If you want change, force it. That's how change happens. The government that's in place now didn't get in place now by a vote. They got in place by conquering. The United States is a conquered nation, just like 97% of the land mass of the planet Earth has been colonized. That is conquering. It's not an election. They didn't ask Native Americans, can we run this place?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Because sometimes you want to apply history and then other times you don't
want to apply history. It always applies. So everybody here is a slave.
Then I ask for you to remain consistent.
Bro, remove slavery. Everybody here is a slave, brother. You can't even own a house. You can't own a house. Everything here is leased or rent. You can own the house. You can't own the land.
What do you mean by own?
You can't own. You pay your mortgage. You pay your mortgage off. You pay for. Let's say you buy a house cash. Boom. House paid off cash. You neglect your property taxes, brother. They will show you that your house is never yours.
Why are there property?
Please. There's no why. If you neglect your property tax, I'm making
that's
no.
That's the disingenuous point of your stance.
Don't be a debate, Mikey. If we gonna have a conversation, let me talk, and I'm gonna let you talk. I can't even get a point out. How can you argue my point if I can't finish it, gang?
I heard half of it already. I'm going to talk about the first half.
Let me finish, and then you can talk. What's the problem? You
So
arguing
what-
like Trump. Are
okay.
you a Trump supporter? You arguing like Trump. Let me finish.
I thought you were making your point.
Brother,
I thought you were making
I
your
can't because I
point.
got to talk to you about being able to finish.
So
Can I
say
finish?
it. Say it. Say
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Can you mute, bro, so I can finish?
No, you can
All right.
say
Are you
it.
gonna let
I'm
me
a
finish?
grown-ass
Are
man.
you
Just
Are you
say
gonna let me
it.
finish? I asked you to mute. I ain't tell you.
Just say.
I don't even remember my point.
So then why are you telling me to let
I
you
can't
finish
remember
if
it. You threw me
forgot?
off, bro. You interrupting too much. I don't even know
Well,
where
then
we was
maybe
at.
you should just answer what I said and you wouldn't have lost
You
your
stop
fucking
asking me
point.
questions and I'm making a point. You asking me questions in the middle of my point. I don't want to answer your survey. I want to make my point. Everybody here is a slave.
No,
the government
see, that's
ain't
the
real.
problem.
Everybody
you want to
I remember my point.
And
I remember
wax,
my point.
And wax poet. No, I'm talking now. So now you get to wait. So I
No,
don't lose my point.
nope.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you. That's
Go
how it
ahead.
feels when I'm trying to talk.
Go ahead.
No, everybody here is a slave, which is why government is not real. This shit is all colonization. Everybody here is conquered, brother. Everybody here is conquered. This is all. Everybody here is a victim of us being conquered. That's it. You can't own anything. You can own your house. You can't own your land. You don't pay your property taxes. They will show you that your house ain't yours. They're gonna put your ass out. That's what it is. You don't own. No, I'm not done. You're leasing your house. Doesn't matter where you live in the United States of America. Your house is leased. Because if you don't pay your property taxes, they're gonna show you that house ain't yours. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing with your income. You make whatever the fuck you make before you even touch your check. Government that had their hand in their check, depending on what state you live in. State that had their hand in the check, depending on what state you live in. Every purchase that you make will also be additionally taxed. Depending on what state you live in, you still have to file taxes at the end of the year, and it ain't no guarantee that you're gonna see no get back on that. Fam, you are not free. Fam, speech ain't free. Your speech is free as long as your voice has no power. When your voice starts having power, they will show you how much your speech costs. This is historically proven. Everything I'm saying is historically proven.
No,
y'all can vote. Y'all can vote. This shit gonna stay the same. It's not gonna. If y'all really want to change, it's a whole different conversation that we can't have on YouTube.
Mikey,
Are you done, Classic?
Don't patronize me, bro. Don't
I'm
antagonize
literally
me.
being
Don't antagonize me, bro. Don't
I'm
antagonize
literally
me, bro.
being
Don't
respectful, and
antagonize
you're
me,
still
bro.
crashing out. But it's
I'm
fine.
not. I haven't crashed out yet. I haven't crashed out
Why
yet.
do you pay taxes?
Who?
Why do people pay taxes?
There you go. There you go.
Since you don't want anything to be about you, but all
They
of
don't
your
have no
examples
choice.
are about
They
you.
don't have no choice.
Incorrect answer. Would you like to know the right answer?
I can't be incorrect. They don't have a choice.
Would you like to know the correct answer? It's because that's what the law states. Do
No,
you
it
know that
don't.
we can? Do you know
Taxes
that we
are
can
illegal.
change? Do you know
Taxes
that
are
we can?
illegal. Taxes are
Okay,
illegal.
so you can interrupt me, but I sat there and raised my hand for you.
Absolutely. Taxes are
Okay,
illegal.
so you're a hypocrite and wrong.
Yup. You ain't
Okay,
respected
cool.
me since I got on the call.
I don't
Talking
have to
about.
respect you.
So
I
okay,
can
so I'm
treat
not
you
gonna.
however
So
I
I'm gonna
want.
treat you the
I
same.
can
So I'm gonna
treat
treat
you
you the same.
however I
So I'm
want
gonna
to
treat you the same. So I'm gonna treat you the same.
however I want to.
Taxes are illegal.
why?
Not says the law.
Okay, if you understood the tax law, which you clearly don't, but if you read through the tax law and and understood it, you would never pay taxes again. And that's just
Why?
a fact. Now, you don't know the information now, and I'm not finna share it here. Taxes are
Because you
illegal.
don't
And if
have
you,
any information.
that's cool. Think what you want. If you understood the tax law,
Cool.
you would never pay taxes again.
Cool.
So
Why you
classic.
think Trump don't pay taxes?
So again, my original question was, why are there taxes? Because the legislation has deemed it, and that amount and the barriers and brackets therein are set by the people. You would know that, but you don't care whether things are true or not. You just want to keep up the same dogma that you've already been indoctrinated with.
This what it
So
sound like. This
you
what it
can
sound like.
continue- you can
Actually, I'm the
continue to
one
be
that's not
indoctrinated.
indoctrinated. I'm the one that's not indoctrinated.
You literally are indoctrinated.
You think
One
writing
second,
stuff on-
guys.
You think,
One
you
second,
think,
guys.
You think writing stuff on a piece of paper changes human behavior, and it doesn't, bro. Laws are not real. Laws are words written on a sheet of paper. We write
Well,
something
go
on the paper.
speed. Go drive 100 miles an hour and
Fam.
tell me laws don't
Guys,
exist.
hey, let's go to our corners for a second.
There is
talking about?
an issue with something here. Trump has paid taxes, but that's why he's suing the American government and the people. It's Trump versus the people of the United States for $10 billion. But he has paid taxes. The reason why he's suing them is because his tax documents were leaked without him making them public. And so he has paid his taxes. It's just that he's not paying the correct amount as what would be deemed for someone that has the amount of money and does the type of corporate spending and personal spending that he does and income making. So that's what the issue is and why he's suing for $10 billion. So he does pay them. He just doesn't pay them the right way, if as law dictates.
So classic, I have a question. I understand tax policy pretty well. My wife's also a tax accountant. So what you don't have to say specifically, but what in the tax code says that we don't have to pay taxes?
I'm gonna be respectful and not. I'm gonna be respectful to myself because I'm not trying to have the IRS on my ass for nothing. But I'll put it like this: your wife is in the taxes. You know taxes very well. If y'all understand the tax code, y'all should be paying little to no taxes. That's all I'm saying on God's internet. That's all I'm finna say. If y'all understand the tax code, you should be paying little to no taxes whatsoever.
Regardless of income.
Regardless. Little to no taxes.
Okay.
And it's more than just taxes, it's understanding finances as a whole. It's LLCs, it's trusts, it's all of those things. Yes.
Yeah, I think I understand where you're coming from there, and that's the entire reason that tax accountants exist. That's why they get hired for people of moderate or high wealth, is to reduce their tax burden or make it almost nothing through the mechanisms you're talking about.
And that's as much as I'm gonna say, but yes.
Yeah, it's all deductions and trusts and all that stuff. I understand that 100%. But not everyone has access to that information or those resources.
Libraries aren't free.
I'll put it this way: not everyone knows that they have access to that information.
And that is what we should vote on, right? You guys want to vote to change something? Vote to change the public school curriculum so that everybody that graduates. I'm saying vote to change. No, Mikey wants to vote, right? Vote to change federally vote to change the public school system curriculum nationally so that everybody that graduates 12th grade ain't still half retarded. Bro, most of us went to the same high school. Damn near 80% of the people we graduated from high school with is still stupid.
Well, how you do that is by putting people at the local level first into congressional seats. So people like Jasmine Crockett or the young lady that we watched earlier on her ad campaign, those are the type of people that you want to get in there. And to back it up a little bit, those people are literally at war with the other side. And I probably watch 4 to 5 hours of congressional hearings when they have them, in their entirety. And it's a war zone. They're not friends. They're not eating lunch together. They're not having dinner. They don't go out together. Like, those people are not cool with each other. And for the most part, especially someone like Jasmine Crockett in Texas, they call her out of her name. Like, we're talking about, they call her out of her name, all types of idiots, TDS syndrome and everything else during congressional hearings and depositions. And they're not friends, man. Like, times have changed a lot. They have. But if we're not talking about even the presidential election right now, we're talking about the local level. If we can't get somebody who's the head of the school department, or the superintendent, if we can't vote on that person, then we have no way to make a difference in how the school system's going to change. So, I mean, yeah, talking about the stuff at the very, very top, a lot of people like to do that. But it is kind of important because that's kind of the only thing that does trickle down in the world that we live in America, is how people look at their constituency. And so, if, for example, this guy's representative was Claudia Tenay, and she echoes the exact same things that the cabinet is echoing. And so you wouldn't want to vote for somebody like her in your district because you don't want her enacting the same things that the cabinet is enacting. So, I mean, that's kind of where you want to start voting at and where you want to keep it, in order to get to the presidential level. I mean, but everyone ignores it. And it gets to the presidential level, and then you have all of these people who are in one place enacting a bunch of rules and or laws on the public and the citizens, and we're the ones that are paying for it. And that's pretty much what we're talking about when it comes to
question about your personal POV. Is the average American citizen oppressed based on the infrastructure we live under?
The average American is not a rich person, so there is oppression in the country, yes.
All right. The only reason why I asked that is because, how did we get here? How did the system that you're talking about, how did it get into place? Why is the government even in place? Why are the people under the government?
It's because
we're conquered, right?
Everywhere is
it goes back to that. This is, and I'm about to leave because I got a live stream that's also about nothing important that I'm finna make money off of too. So I salute y'all. I don't know why y'all took it that way. None of us talking about anything important. None of this shit matters. None of this shit matters. But
maybe your shit doesn't matter.
None of it does. You ain't changing the world today either. So what I was finna say is, you're not Tez. So Tez, what I'm saying is, if we're in this infrastructure because we were conquered, the only way to get out of the infrastructure, for those who are interested, because they've conditioned y'all to only want to amend, to break it and to rebuild something that is more like right, quote unquote, you'd have to do some conquering of your own. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that. It's not, there's not gonna be a vote that changes this shit drastically. It's not a vote,
don't even
some
know
votes,
what
a bunch of
laws
votes.
are.
It don't, okay. I'm not even talking to you. Tez, this is not going to change. I'm not. Tez, this isn't going to change through voting, because we didn't get here through voting. And that's all I'm going to leave. And that's hey, the grand scheme. Again, if you're talking about changing some, that's an amendment. I'm talking about the system altogether. If anybody knows anybody Masonic, right, they will tell you to build, you must first do what? Destroy. And I'm gonna just leave y'all with that. They didn't come over here and ask Native Americans for the land, gang. They didn't come over here and ask Native Americans for the gang. And you talking to an indigenous person. And somebody asked about my citizenship. Somebody asked about
the question that you asked. See, here's the thing about that, right? If we destroy the system completely, then it has to be replaced by another system. Because free for all in a country is never good, especially a country that has infrastructure the way that the infrastructure of this country is built. So you have two choices. And I understand your argument. I totally do.
I don't.
But if you destroy the entire system, then the infrastructure that's underneath that system has to be able to support the next system, which is not possible without having the system in place. So all you can do is amend the system. It's a little more right.
Nope, you avoiding the mess. You just said it. You said what needs to happen. You said to destroy. We're gonna go. Essentially, what you're saying is there's gonna be a window of time where shit looks really messy outside.
It won't be messy. It'll be lawlessness.
Yeah, absolutely. Purge.
That's what they're trying to avoid by.
We don't. And that's where we all differ. Me and the three of y'all differ. I'm with it. Let's go through tearing the system down. Have the however long of anarchy and rebuild. Whatever, however messy it need to get, however ugly it need to get, we've been there before, because that's how it was the first time.
Are you going to have laws in your new society?
Rules.
Classic. I have two questions for you. One of them is from the chat, and it's a super chat, so I have to ask it. That's the law around here.
Sorry.
$2 from Wishaza. They want to know if you're a sovereign citizen.
No, I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that.
Okay. Understandable.
No, but I appreciate you. Respect to the super chat.
And a question for me: do you believe in social contracts?
I don't have to believe in them; they exist. I'm all about reality. Yeah, they exist.
Okay. Do you believe? I guess. How do you feel about the U.S. Constitution as a social contract, as written down?
I think it's a bunch of bullshit. It was written when people that look like me, respectfully, Tim, wasn't even a whole person. Fuck the Constitution on the set.
What would you do?
Only thing I like about the Constitution is the right to carry my strap.
So
yeah,
So
but look, Mike, hey Mike, hold on, wait, Tim, Mikey, if they told me I could, if they amended the law today, Mikey, if they amended it today, Mikey, I'd still be strapped.
Exactly.
Exactly. So the laws aren't real.
So the laws have to match what the people want.
They don't have to match.
And what is the Yes, they do, or else people will just violate
Tim,
it.
finish your line of questioning for me, Tim. I can't. This nigga's exhausting.
You
don't know anything. You just spout bullshit out of your fucking back of your ass.
Mikey, if it ever was anarchy outside, I'm taking your house first. Go ahead, Tim.
Cool. So, okay.
Cool. Take your crib first. You can't do nothing about it. Go ahead, Tim.
So, social contracts, you understand, exist.
Is that a threat?
And
are you threatening people on the internet?
It's reality.
Oh, you're not going to take shit. You like
Is-
I
Because
love
the law,
that
the
you
law is
are- I
protecting
love-
you. The law
I
is
love that
protecting
you
you.
think
Mikey,
that
somebody,
these
Mikey,
right
somebody,
wingers are
somebody who
going
don't-
to save
Mikey,
you
somebody
when
who
shit
don't
goes
I
down.
don't fuck the
They're
wings.
going to get you
I don't need
too.
I don't need anybody to save me. That's the point, Mikey. I'm a grown fucking man.
It doesn't matter about saving. You're
Talking
gonna
about-
starve to death, dumbass.
I'm not gonna starve at all.
Oh
You know
my
nothing. You know
God.
nothing of my survival skills, Mikey. This is
Okay.
what you have to do. I don't
Okay.
talk like I know you. I haven't got up here and said, Mikey, you believe this and you think that.
You say
think,
things on the internet and people can see them.
Mikey, I don't know you, right? So I acknowledge that I
can
don't know
see
you.
what you say.
don't know me. Stop
You don't know
talking
me
like you.
either.
I just said that. It's talk like you.
so it means
talk,
nothing.
Right. So, brother, talk like you talking to a person that you don't know and stay focused on the conversation. You're filtering everything I say through a
You
lens
have
of
not
you knowing me.
answered
You
a
don't know
single
me. fam.
question I've asked you.
You haven't asked me
You've
no real
talked-
questions.
because
All
you've
done,
talked
Mike,
over
you
every
asked me-
single
you asked
thing
me
that
if-
I've said.
You asked me if it's red or blue. Before I can finish saying a one-syllable word, you're interjecting again.
I asked
So we
you
can't-
why
me and
people
you-
have
me
a
and
tax
you-
burden.
you and I cannot
refused-
have.
You went on for 30 minutes about other shit.
I haven't talked for 30 minutes. I haven't even been up here for a full, not even for a full 30. I'm getting close though. But me and you can't have a conversation because you interject too much. I'm trying to talk to Tim. I would really love to finish Tim's line of questioning for me. I really
get it.
would.
I
I
get
really
it.
would.
I
I'm trying to have.
understand.
I want to have
I
conversations with
understand.
people who I can actually have a conversation with. You interject too much.
Right,
I don't
you
like
don't
your,
want-
I
you
don't like
don't-
your style of
Tim-
communication.
Tim's
That's
nicer
all. That's
than
all.
you.
I just don't.
Yeah.
No, it's not even about nice or
Yeah,
mean.
I
I don't.
get it.
I'm not worried about you being mean.
Well,
Trust
then
me,
just
I'm not
answer
worried
the
about you being
question.
mean.
Why do
I'm
people have to
talking
pay
Tim.
taxes?
Go ahead, Tim.
Right.
Go ahead,
Again,
Tim.
you won't answer
Go ahead,
questions
Tim. I
because
don't want to
you're-
talk to you, bro.
You're
Is that-
afraid to answer questions
I'm not
that
afraid.
disprove what you have to
trust me.
say.
Fear is the last thing I have. Tim, please.
Well, then answer the question. Why do
Tim,
people have a
please.
tax burden?
Indoctrination. Tim, go ahead.
What do you mean indoctrination?
Tim, go ahead.
Yeah, no, my earlier question was under the assumption that, let's say there's this revolution, we get on the other side of whatever it is. What is the new thing? What's the new? Is it all just like a libertarian?
You're saying hypothetically, if we tore down the current system?
Yeah, I mean, like, what? I guess that my question is, what do you want? Like if you're saying that this is all bullshit and the institutions don't really matter, like, what are the new institutions that spring up?
Oh, it's not gonna happen, Tim. I'm on record saying that all this shit is cooked. It's over with. That's why I said in the chat, y'all read my chat wrong.
So
I was saying that none of this shit matters, but it is great talking point. It's great for content, and I'm glad y'all running up y'all bag. That's the energy I had in the chat.
so
Mikey
is
read it through a filter thinking he know what I'm talking about, and he has no idea. I'm cool with y'all talking about this shit. I'm just saying it has no real effect on certain types of people who understand what reality is. There's indoctrinated people. Go ahead.
Is it all just nihilism then? Does nothing matter? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I really
tell me what's the purpose of life? Nothing does matter. What matters? No, dead ass. What matters? Why are you here? And then when you gone, what changes? And then before, exactly.
I've been wondering that for the last
My
2
point,
hours.
exactly, Tim. No, I'm saying not even on the stream. I'm talking about here. Period. Why are you here? Why is Tez here? Why am I here? Why was existence? Why
Argue
did
with
existence?
people on the internet.
There it is, and get your bag, run it up, and I'm helping, right? And people in the chat hate me. Cool. I'm not a politician, not a political person. I run a sociology channel. We talk about human affairs.
Oh,
just
man.
shit. Yeah, just shit going on with people, just
All right.
regular shit. And it don't mean, and it's not important. It ain't earth shattering.
In you. I teach sociology.
Awesome. I went to school for it.
All right. Political scientist, but same basic.
Yeah, dope. Tim, if you sat down with me and if Mikey actually listened to me, he'd realize that we don't disagree on a million things. We don't. I just see the world through a lens that people aren't willing to talk about. That's all, Tim. And when you introduce new perspectives, when you introduce perspectives that people haven't heard, their immediate response is to just reject them versus to ingest them and then find out whether they agree or disagree and why. And it doesn't even matter, but just take the perspective in first versus just, oh, hell no. What is that?
If I may interject. I would hazard a guess here that if you're arguing or not arguing or stating, whatever word that people choose today, that nihilism is the way and it doesn't matter anyway because they want anarchy and chaos. And what Mikey's position is, I'm trying to save the planet from the chaos and the anarchy, and he's giving you the way to stop it, and you're saying it's gonna happen anyway.
No, I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm saying for the people who don't benefit from the system, it benefits them to buck up against it. And whatever chaos has to ensue before a new system can be implemented, that's what they should be willing to go through. Now, if we're gonna have a conversation about whether I think that's ever going to occur, no. Enough people are indoctrinated, enough of the world has been colonized, and enough of the right people to keep shit going the way it is have billions of dollars. So will it ever occur? No, we're talking about something that's just an ideal. The people are never going to, it's never going to be the Hunger Games. Nobody's ever going to storm the Capitol. I'm talking about literally, right? I'm not talking about the insurrection.
Yeah, I was going to say they did that.
Stay with me, Tez, because I don't want to get, you see what I'm saying? I'm talking about the nation is not going to tear the system down. That's what I mean, brother.
Well, so many people, so this is where my position is on it.
Yeah, it's not
I am 100%, and, believe it or not, Mikey is too about protecting your home. One of the things that people can avoid, they can avoid it. I don't know how long they can avoid it, but if you put the right people in place by, methods like voting, legally, you can avoid millions of people dying in, an anarchist situation or even another civil war. And, being the historical person that I am, I care about history more than I care about, the future, to be honest. You see what happens in countries after a couple of 100 years of the same type of regimes. And then you see what the people do. In Russia's case, they tore down their entire government. I did an episode about this a couple of weeks ago. They tore down this entire government and they thought that it was going to be a better government. And to be honest, it was worse after. So the anarchist situation so for example, if we all decided we're going to go take care of all of these big bad guys right now, that would destabilize the entire country in a way that we don't really know what's going to happen because it hasn't happened here yet or before. But we've watched it happen in other countries. And when you destabilize the country, the people suffer. And for some people, that's fine because they're going to be fine. But if you care about the kids, which a lot of us do, if you care about the teenagers, if you care about the old folks that are in their homes and all of that, and even if you care about your everyday people who are millennials that are supposed to be running the country now, if you care about them, those people are going to get hurt. People are going to stop receiving their medicine. The weak, as they call them everywhere else, especially if you're talking about the survival of the fittest and Darwinism or any of that, the weak are not going to be able to survive. But
it is what it is.
And that's the problem.
That's nature. Nature is the problem.
In a lot of ways, yes, it is.
Well, then there it is, brother. Nature is the problem.
That doesn't mean that you shouldn't stop yourself from equipping yourself with tools. That doesn't mean that at all. It just means that if you can stop children from being taken, I don't know, ferried off to some island by somebody with billions of dollars, and you probably should do that. That's just a good thing to do.
Hey, there it is. You said everything you need to say to me. Nature is the problem. You said everything you need to say to me. I heard what I need to hear. I'm good. If nature is the problem, we good here. Because I'm all about nature. Y'all all about government. They're two different things. Nature, if you get old and brittle in the wild, your ass just die. Nature running its course. Nature running its course. We trying to stop nature from naturing. Gotcha. Tenfold.
Well,
have you ever taken medicine before?
I take herbs, natural herbs. I can. Nope. When I was a child and I didn't have choices, as a grown man, I take herbs and I don't eat.
Well, then you.
I'm healthy as an ox.
Well, then you should probably just go out and live out in the wild, right?
I plan to. Working on it right now.
Why aren't you doing it right now?
Because I still live in America. I plan to live in the wilderness when I move out the country.
So
what? Yeah, what's next?
I'm wondering, why do you believe in society if you think society can't set the rules for itself? You're saying that there's going to be a rule shift and going from laws to rules, but why even do that in your worldview?
I never said that. I said it's not going to happen. I said the exact. I didn't. You do not listen to me, bro. You listen.
I literally repeated back what you just said.
I swear to God, I wish we could rewind this. Tim asked me, "Do I believe in social constructs?" My exact answer to him was, "I don't have to believe in it. They exist." Tim, is that not what I said to you?
That's not what but that's not what I'm asking you about. You're talking about something else. I didn't say social contract. I said societies.
When did I say I believed in society? When did I say it? When did I say that? You didn't ask me. You brother. You didn't ask a question. You didn't ask a question. You said you believe in. Brother, did he ask a question, Taz? Am I hearing him wrong?
You were so busy interrupting every little gap of what I'm saying that you misheard me. So maybe ease off the gas.
I'm not on the gas. I'm listening, bro. I'm a good ass listener. You literally just said you believe in. It wasn't a question.
When you're talking,
it wasn't a question. I'm just right, nigga. It wasn't.
How can you listen when you're talking? Okay. So if you don't believe that society or societal anything, societal cohesion is necessary, because you're talking about going back to nature and putting people out, feeding them to the wolves, right? This is your thing that you just said, and things will return to nature and all that stuff. So then why do any of the stuff that you're doing now if it's all for naught?
What is it that I'm doing that you're asking me why I'm doing?
Participating in society.
How do you not?
You said you shouldn't. You said you're going to go back into the woods, and you and the bear and the pine trees are going to live forever.
Again, it's very, very difficult for me to respond to you because of the way that you speak, bro. You started your sentence off with "you believe," and I haven't discussed my beliefs. So it's hard for me to even ingest the rest of what you're saying. Then you're saying I said a bunch of stuff that I didn't say. I never said, he asked me a question. You asked me a question. You said, why don't you go live out in the wild? I said, I plan on it and I'm working on it now. And Tez can attest to the fact that I talk about it on my channel all the time. Moving somewhere where I have plots of land, acreage. I have family who have done it, and walking around barefoot and living off of my land. I have family who has to go do no grocery shopping. I have people who live the dream that I am going to live, right? They don't do no grocery shopping. They don't have to go to nobody else for nothing. Their land is literally apocalypse ready, right? They can eat, stay, so everything they need is on their land. That is possible. People achieve it all the time. That's what I'm working towards. That is the only semblance of freedom that you're going to get here in the Americas. And that's still not all the way free.
Follow-up question. You said acreage. So they have
lots
there's like an area of land that I'm not allowed to go to because it belongs to them.
It doesn't belong to them if they don't pay their property taxes. That's why I said at the end of my statement, the semblance of freedom. It's still not true freedom, but it feels as close as you can get in the Americas. But I'm going to move out the country, which is my difference, right? So I'm going to go to a country, what I'm not going to say on here, but I'm going to go to a country where you can actually own your acreage, right? There is no government that's going to come take you off of your land and what you build on your land because of taxes. You can own your actual land. That's where I'm moving to.
So, but you said taxes were for indoctrination or for indoctrinated people.
I said taxes. No, that's not what I said. Mikey, before I let you continue, I have to correct you. But your point is going to be on.
Do that.
But I have to stop you.
You're wrong. I tried to do that to you because you were misrepresenting what I was saying.
Mikey, I have to interrupt. Mikey, I don't want to stop. Mikey,
I'm going to go ahead and finish my point, and then you can correct the whole thing at the end.
I don't want to interrupt you.
But you do it every time.
Your first sentence is wrong.
You never let me finish a sentence, so you have no idea how I'm going to deliver the last part of the sentence.
Brother,
you don't know how I'm going to deliver it.
If you start a statement with me,
so how come you can't just hold your tongue for 30
because
seconds
you're wrong
on your
first, Mikey? If you
so
start
what? You've been wrong too, and I let you go.
Mikey, if you start
your first, why can't you let me go?
If I start my first sentence to you saying, Mikey, because you're not black, and then I try to finish my point, you're gonna stop me right there.
I let you do that several times.
Cap.
You said a whole bunch of shit that I felt like was untrue, and I let you finish. So how come I can't finish? Okay. The point that I'm ultimately trying to make is that property is respected because there is a society that has agreed that we respect each other's property. That's the end of it.
Well, I mean, nobody's going to be able to self-sustain anything if the EPA gets dissolved and they can run wild.
And I'll just pour because it's one thing to have your own land and be able to do your own thing, but if someone is fucking setting fire to the forest around your property, you might have an issue with that. We should probably have a rule against that. We should probably have a law against that. Something, maybe punishments and fines that discourage people from doing certain behaviors, unless there should be no discouragement of certain behaviors. It's just, I'm trying to figure out how you can cope in this society with all of its oppressive rules. Like, I want to drive 200 miles an hour on the highway, but there's this stupid rule that says I shouldn't do so. In your worldview, do you think speed limits should be a thing?
Yeah, you can have speed limits. It doesn't mean anybody has to abide by them. Not one person. Rules are words written on paper. You can get somebody driving 200 right now while we talking, and they're not getting caught. It's somebody in a Hellcat going crazy right now, not getting caught. No police around, floating right now. And it's only a problem if somebody
or else, not the rule.
Right.
It's the or else, and that's just about most things in life. it's the or else. When there is no or else, the lawlessness happens. You know what I mean? Like you can say, okay, there's 20, you're going to drive 45 on this highway. Yeah, you're going to see people whizzing past you all day. But the moment that you see the lights go on, you in front of somebody that's doing the exact same thing as you probably ease up off the gas a little bit. But with no type of law and no lights to come on, you might never ease up off the gas, and there might be fatalities of the same type that you rarely see all the time, every day. And if there's no regulation, then that's going to happen even more often. So yeah, it is social Darwinism at its finest, but I believe that social Darwinism in a civilized community and a civilized society has been deemed not the way you want things to go if you want people to be able to live long, successful, and healthy lives together as a community.
And I think one of the things that Classic is talking about is, the laws are only laws if we have enforcement of those laws.
That's the or else. Yeah.
Yeah. And American government and American society is very punitive society. That's how laws are enforced. That's why we have courts. But that is also the way that society has worked for thousands of years.
Why?
Because hierarchies exist.
Why? It's going to go back to conquering, for sure.
Well, yeah, people like power. That's
there. It is.
Yeah.
There it is. And so, is it fair, Tim? I just want to ask: is it fair that if this got this way through violence, right? If it got this way, not now, we don't maintain it through violence, we don't sustain it through violence, but the root of how we got here, the people in power, there was violence involved, right? So to overthrow people who conquered you with violence with a vote is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thought process. So again, nobody is having a discussion about overthrowing, which is why they're indoctrinated. They're having a discussion about maintaining the conquering, right? Staying conquered.
They're talking about overthrowing.
Right? No, they're not. They're talking about staying conquered and making amendments. No, I ain't talking about your episodes. They talking about staying conquered and making amendments.
Oh, you're talking about one side. The other side,
I'm saying in general,
the side that they're trying to make amendments to, that side over there is talking about conquering. They're talking about getting rid of the elections altogether.
They are still using violence to maintain power.
The state uses violence more than
anybody. So wouldn't it be fair to say to actually affect change, you need to be violent back? You think you're gonna vote against violence? Go ahead. Good luck. I seen niggas vote against Mike Tyson. Look how that went. Please stop hitting me, Mike.
I will agree that
voting. Please stop hitting me.
I don't think that voting is entirely useless. However, I see your point. I see your point that
that's all I want.
When you're confronted with a violent police state, which we currently are, and America has been in the past,
multi-leveled violent police state.
Yeah, that that people need to do something else.
You got to think. Just in Minnesota, you got local, you have state, you have ICE, you have the National Guard, and then you have the actual military. So you got 5 or 6 different levels of policing in just one spot. And here in Illinois is the same thing. They were here too. We had Great Lakes, we had ICE, we had the state, we had multiple local and municipal police departments to get through before you could even get to see anybody. And they're not even working together. And they're all using the same violent tactics and pointing the finger at each other. It's like the Spider-Man meme.
Hey, Tim, it's almost like instead of having 3 people run up against a fucking castle wall, it would be better to inform the masses of what the current administration is up to. But I guess that's a waste of time.
I guess I disagree that there are other forms of resistance besides just violence, but I understand that voting is not one of them.
You understand that voting isn't a true form of resistance?
On a federal level, yes.
Oh, we good here then. That's all I was saying. Thanks for having me up. That's all I was saying in the chat in the first place.
Yeah, I don't think that violence is the only means of resistance, but I understand that, and I have also felt that way in the past about voting. And being a political scientist, I know, unless the re-election rate for incumbents is 93%.
Yep.
93% of people who are already in office remain in office after their election.
Even if
that is a nationwide statistic for Congress, for state government, for local government.
It's been that way for 40 years.
So the system is broken as far as I'm concerned. The system is broken, and it has been for quite some time.
Yep.
And the administrations that have existed for the past couple decades have only perpetuated the brokenness of it. And they wanted it broken. Profited from it. That's why Citizens United exists. That's why the Supreme Court ruling exists, to give the corporations more power to buy government. And they have. We live in an oligarchy state. We now live in a kleptocracy, which is fucking crazy. Because we were always like, oh, Russia is a kleptocracy and oligarchy. We're a kleptocracy and an oligarchy now. This isn't the constitutional republic that the Constitution meant it to be. Regardless of all the flaws of the Constitution, this isn't the country that was dreamt up in any way by the rules of the Constitution. And now the government is actively fighting against its own social contract so that it can get whatever it wants done, which may or may not prove how pointless the Constitution is within terms of enforcing societal rules. If you want to talk about it that way, it is the Constitution. The Constitution was amended 27 times. We talk about amendments. It was amended 27 times. And some of those amendments have reverted other amendments in other parts of the Constitution as society has moved forward and as time has moved forward. And it's still not great. And I think one of your, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of your points is you can amend it all you want. It's still not going to be great.
Absolutely.
And I think that other countries have found that out too. I don't know, the chat, we have a lot of Europeans in the chat. How many constitutions has France gone through?
A lot.
How many?
Hey, Tim, thank you for actually hearing me, bro. I really appreciate that. Thank you for hearing me, because I'm not saying, I may be saying something that's unpopular, but I'm not saying anything crazy. And I appreciate you hearing me. You see what I'm saying? Because you actually heard me. You heard the points that I'm making. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing crazy. It's just unpopular. It's not crazy.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I disagree with a lot of it. I disagree with the
which
total
I'm cool with. I only
all that stuff.
That's fine, Tim. I only communicate to understand. I don't care about agreeing at all. So thank you for understanding. I don't care if you agree, and I don't agree with y'all, but thank you for understanding. It makes the purpose of me coming here worth it. You see what I'm saying? Thank you.
I think that trying to save the system in the way of voting and putting people in the right place is a step in the right direction of fixing things that are horribly broken. It has to be. Otherwise, people are going to die by the masses. It has to be. If you don't care about it, completely understandable. You know, no one's telling that you have to care. But as far as what today was supposed to be about, the civics lesson, it's about saving what we have and using the system that we built together, supposedly, to do that. And we can't do that if we don't put people in place that actually care about saving the system. If you have people in place like we do right now who are saying things as if we're going to end national elections, then that removes even more power from the people. And that's when you start having real insurrections, you know, not just what we saw on January 6th. You'll have real insurrections of people that really want to hurt people really badly. And people did get hurt. People did get hurt. People did die. You know, but it's going to happen in mass if we don't do anything about it or put people in place to remove people from offices that are ordering these lemmings around. Like the current cabinet right now, they're sending people to do horrible things to people, and they're getting away with it. And then when they confront it by Congress, they're telling Congress, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You weren't there. Or they're defending it by saying we don't serve the people of the United States. Now that is an actual problem because their office is of the people of the United States. All of their offices. That's a part of their title.
Oh, classic. Don't go after Mikey in the chat. He can't even defend himself there.
I wasn't going after Mikey. I was responding to somebody. He was saying that I was flipping Mikey the bird, and I wasn't. It's just his communication style conflicts with mine. That's all. And we it's okay to meet brothers that see life all together totally different. I know tons of them. I see life in a way that very few see it anyway. So that would apply to most of y'all. All I want is to be able to finish and then let you finish. That's all. That's all. I'm cool with me. Listen, Tez will tell you, I don't care about agreeing, bro. I don't at all. Because at the end of the day, we all gonna do what we want to do anyway. So like me coming to your side, you coming to my side, who cares? Let's both just spew our perspectives. Let the people hear them. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this good content, keep it pushing. But let me finish talking. You feel me? And stop saying I said shit I didn't say, because I'm gonna say something. It just is what it is. Because what there's what you say. I'm definitely not a victim. I'm not playing a victim. I'll never be a victim.
A little bit.
No, I'm not. I'm not a victim of nothing. Of who? Who victimized me? Oh, okay. So, like I said, there is no. That's all. I just have a communication style, and on my platform, if you ever watched him, you don't have to.
Oh, I have.
But if you, I let people talk. There isn't, when you come to my platform today, or you watch any of my panels, there ain't a whole bunch of people stepping on top of each other. Tez, am I lying? We don't talk like that. Yeah, we don't talk like that. So that's all. I just
we're a bit more fast and
then stop taking what I say and then turning it into something. If you have to say, well, what you're saying is, then you finna say something I didn't say. Don't paraphrase me. I'm saying what I want to say. You see what I'm saying? Don't paraphrase me, because paraphrasing is technically not saying what I said. Quote me. Don't paraphrase me. Quote me. You see what I'm saying? That's all. Or we gonna continue to go back and forth and talk on top of each other and step on each other. That's how it's gonna keep going. Because I'm not gonna let you just step on me while I'm talking. I won't be bullied in any capacity, conversation or otherwise. It is what it is. It's not about being a victim. It's about holding your line. I'm talking.
Well, so Person Impersonator had an interesting comment. If you don't mind putting that one up there, Tim.
Which one?
Close to the bottom. He says he's disabled.
Oh.
So Person Impersonators he says disabled, no active family, the system fails, they're stiffed. See, that's more along the lines of the reason why you want to vote the right people in office. Now, I totally understand not caring about it. I totally understand that. But there are so many of us who have family members and friends who need these systems to stay in place in order to survive. And we'd be better off with them here. And I think we're better off with Person Impersonator being alive than we are without Person Impersonator being alive for the duration of our lifespans. I can't say what's going to happen after us, but if the right type of legislation is put in place, we stand a better chance. Nothing is foolproof. You know, I understand both versions of the argument. Nothing is foolproof, but if we can do something, we should try. That's where I'm at. Who's mostly anchors? I don't know who's. I don't think you're in the right. You're on the right episode of.
Like, what's going on in here?
Yeah.
I will say that we do get like people in the comments that are like that. Is like, who are we hating on this channel? Like, nobody in particular.
Not even any particular ideology. It's just what do you want to see? What do you want to see for the future is what I'm getting from here. There are people that say it doesn't matter what happens because I'm going to be okay. That there are those, and then they're saying, well, there are people that I want to help protect, and I totally understand both sides. I totally do. I'm more on the side of how can I help people? What can I do to help somebody? If it's voting, you know, I do. Sorry, that's not her name, but if I vote her in, is she gonna, you know, represent our people better?
Oh, okay.
You know, if I can vote for her. You know, my congressperson is pretty good up here, you know, in the 14th. Yeah, she's pretty good. And if I get a chance to vote for her again when it comes up, I'll vote for her again.
Classic. I have another question for you. Do you believe that representative democracy works?
Representative democracy. You have to define that for me. I don't want to act like I know exactly what that term means.
Where you vote for representatives instead of direct democracy, where you vote yourself. Like, which system do you think is better? Is it more of everyone votes on everything all the time, or is it you vote on people who are supposed to represent you? I know that your views on voting, but if let's say that we're building a new system, theoretically, and you were to choose between the system that we kind of have, which is representative democracy, where you vote on someone who's supposed to represent a certain population, like the people who live in your area, and then they go and vote theoretically with your best intentions, or you vote on everything yourself directly.
I'd prefer a dictatorship altogether, bro. But if I had to choose from the two, I'd just say we could just vote on each issue directly versus having representatives. But if we have to have representatives, I'd rather not have a party. I'd rather just have one person. I'd rather be under a dictatorship.
I mean, I don't even think of it in terms of party, because I think the parties are fucking bullshit anyway.
They are.
Okay. I started off saying that too. It's crazy, but okay.
They are. We hate them both.
But you said you'd rather have a dictator?
Yeah.
Like someone tell you what to do?
No,
or
tell that rules the nation. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. That's the thing. Like we don't take ownership of our individuality enough. That's why I say people are indoctrinated. I am going to do whatever I'm going to do, regardless of anything. I don't care what amendment they made yesterday or what they're going to make tomorrow. Whatever I am going to do, I'm going to do. Everybody don't live like that, but that's me. I don't. When I go somewhere to keep myself safe, I don't consider whether or not it's okay to bring my firearm. If I feel like I need to protect myself, I'm bringing my firearm. Because guess what? The law written on paper may not protect me from somebody else who came to this establishment and didn't feel like living by the law. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to do what I want to do. But as far as a nation, I prefer the nation to be under one ruler. That way, if dudes start tweaking, it's clean. We can kill his ass, vote his ass out. It's one person. It ain't no system of all this different stuff. Hey, dude ass tweaking. He leading us astray. Wipe his ass out in whatever means necessary. And let's bring another person in. It's more clean. It's just clean.
So, okay, you don't mean dictator as in like authoritarian, they can do whatever they want to whoever they want sort of thing.
They're not
You mean
talking Vladimir
dictator
Lenin or
as
MAGA.
in one person running the government instead of multiple branches.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So
I
no
was about to say,
separation of powers.
yeah, I was about to say, isn't dictator sort of at odds with the personal freedom that you want in terms of
No.
like authoritarian?
Well, no, because the dictator can't. That's what I keep telling y'all. Laws are just words written on paper. You, Tim, can get up and go do whatever you want right now. Until, again, if it's outside of the law, then until someone catches you, right? Apparently, but you can do what you want to do, which is why criminals exist, right? There's regardless of what laws they write, what amendments they write, there's still a populace of human beings that's doing whatever they want every day, whether it's inside the parameters or not. They don't care. They're just living. You see what I'm saying? And those type of lawless people are forever going to exist. Forever. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Dictatorship, party system, it don't matter. You see what I'm saying? And for the civilians, oftentimes laws put civilians at disadvantage against people who just living by nature. And that's just the real. You know what I'm saying? That's why the children's elementary schools can get blazed up without no return fire. Because ain't nobody else up in there breaking the law. If I'm a security guard at the elementary school, whether they tell me I can have my pipe or not, I'm concealing. So when the active shooter come up in here, we finna have a shootout. You see what I'm saying? And listen, they could take me to jail for killing the active shooter, right? Because I wasn't supposed to have my firearm on school premises. But all the parents gonna be happy as hell that I was breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? Because I saved their babies. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. You got the shit that people write on paper, and then you have each individual human can do whatever the fuck they want. It's just what it is. You see what I'm saying? And it's never going to change. Now, the good thing about nature's design is the vast majority of people have been and always will be sheep. So regardless of what the regime is, regardless of what the ruling power is, you still gonna have a cool 80% that's in compliance. You are. It's the 20 you worried about.
I understand. Any further questions, gentlemen?
How about age of consent laws? Is that a law we should have, or is that a rule we should get rid of?
I don't personally have a standpoint on that. I travel too much.
Yeah, I figured as much.
I travel too much.
I travel
too much. I know places where it's completely okay, morally correct, and just fine for a 15-year-old to marry a 22-year-old, and they're culturally operating probably better on a moral compass standpoint than we are as a country.
Measure me by my enemies is all I have to say.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but overtly, I'm saying I've been to over 30 countries. You know what I'm saying? And I just travel too much to say, oh, I think the age of consent should be this or that or the third. I know that other countries operate differently. They're operating just fine. A moral compass is just that. That's from one individual to the next. Am I personally going to mess with a 16-year-old? No, I have no interest. You know what I'm saying? At all. I have no interest. You feel me? But what they're going to do with the law, who chose 18? Who chose 18? Why are we saying 18 is okay? Why not 21? Why not 23? Who chose 18? You see what I'm saying? So if they slide, if everybody vote, no, I'm just saying if they vote and everybody slides it down to 16, now everybody's morals are voted to change. You see what I'm saying? Like that's an individual case basis type thing. You asking me how I feel? I personally don't care. I don't like kids. I don't care. I don't like kids. And if I have a child, it's my job to protect my child. If you have a child, it's your job to protect your child. So if a 22-year-old getting too close to your 14-year-old, you should probably do something about that.
Yeah. All right. There you go. There you have it. Do you want to sign off? We're gonna go on with the show. I think we've tortured everybody enough. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway.
What were we talking about?
Back to
Civics.
Civics. For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake, measure me by my enemies.
I believe we were talking about the EPA. That's where we were.
He or she is just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lies a vast and complex network of agencies and departments, each working to fulfill its unique mission and serve the American people. It's a system that may seem daunting at first glance, but one that has proven remarkably resilient and effective in meeting the challenges of a rapidly changing world. The legislative branch, embodied by the United States Congress, is the heart of American democracy. This bicameral institution, consisting of the Senate and the House of Representatives, is responsible for drafting, debating, and passing the laws that govern our nation. At the core of Congress lies the Senate, a body of 100 members, 2 from each state, who serve 6-year terms.
Bullshit.
The Senate is often referred to as the upper chamber due to its more exclusive membership and longer terms.
And richer people.
South Dakota.
Senators are tasked with advising the...
I think that you know, if your population, if your population of your state is less than 1 million, you don't need 2 senators.
That's bullshit. They don't need 2 fucking votes in the Senate for fucking 38 people.
Yeah,
dog shit.
This happened a couple years ago when it came to vote swinging, on how small, almost insignificant places, I hate to call them almost insignificant, but small, almost insignificant places had just as much voting power as places that were 35 times their size.
That North Dakota and California.
Yes.
Both have 2 senators.
Yes. North Dakota has 2. Illinois has 2. New York State has 2. And Texas has 2. Which Rhode Island also has 2.
Yeah, Connecticut also has 2.
Hey, screenshot that. Gotcha, Billy.
Haha, Billy. Gotcha.
Billy's gonna be a meme now.
I mean, it also swings that way when it comes to the Electoral College, because your state's Electoral College numbers are based on your senators plus your House members, and it's a minimum of 3. So North Dakota and Delaware and Rhode Island and New Hampshire and Vermont all have like 3. And California, with their humongous population, I believe only has like 55 or 58. And they're disproportionately represented because there's no way there are enough members of the House of Representatives to accurately represent the state of California. However, South Dakota and North Dakota, they all get fucking 3 electoral votes base. Which makes a vote in North Dakota or Delaware or Vermont or wherever worth more than a vote in California or Texas or Florida or New York.
Fine. They can keep the Electoral College, but small population states get negative numbers. So if you win South Dakota, that's minus 2 points. You win South Dakota, that's minus 1 point.
Hey, Howard Dean lost because he made a mistake in those very small but very influential places.
Well, and those places are influential because of where they are on the primary schedule. New Hampshire is always trying to be first because otherwise New Hampshire wouldn't fucking matter at all. It's New Hampshire.
The federal primary system is a fucking joke.
Yeah. Well,
fuck Iowa, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, states are always making laws and amending their own constitution so they can have the first primary or the first caucus or whatever it is. Yeah.
That happens every year.
Jostling for position.
Not even every 4, not every 2. It happens every year. If so, here's the small side of this. If you look at what your state is doing, and you see all of the stuff that's on the state's agenda on what they're going to vote for, that's a good place to start before you even think about a national election. They amend all types of crap every year. So, for example, you guys are familiar with Michigan and their legalization of the cannabis product, correct?
It did it for us.
So, yes, Michigan passed an additional 20 to 25% tax on the product, and people are not happy about it. Here's the thing. Nobody bothered to pay attention when they were going to pass it. the people who were going to pass it. We didn't vote for this. Well, you didn't vote not for it. So they passed it. And this happens all the time in state and local environments with those types of laws or rules, whatever you want to call them today. That it happens all the time because people aren't paying attention to them.
Right. And well, I mean, that's why they do it. Largely, people don't pay attention to those sort of things. And
they have opinions about the results, but they have no understanding of the mechanism that got them to the position that they're sitting in at this very moment.
Go to your HOA. How many people can say they go to their HOA meetings?
I will never join a fucking HOA.
Just bring a box of wine and make some friends.
I'm just saying. So when they want to redo your roof every 2 years when you don't need it, but raise your HOA hundreds of dollars like they've been doing for the last 5, and I don't know, allow them to just add additional costs to things that you don't have to pay for and you don't want. What do I need new gutters for? My gutters are fine. Well, I can find a cheaper way to do this. No, everybody's getting the same gutter, but from this company that we decided to go with, and it's going to raise your HOA to this.
My cousin's roofing company.
That's what it really comes down to for me. It comes down to the very, very small details. Or for example, many years ago, I lived in a town where they voted and they cost the town's taxpayers lots of money to put up a bunch of unnecessary speed humps all over the town.
Mm-hmm.
They put up a whole bunch of unnecessary speed humps across the entire town, and it cost us all money in our taxes, right? But here's the funny thing about that. 15 years later, they took them down with the same taxpayers' money because they voted to get rid of them because they were annoying. They were tearing up people's cars because they were too high.
Mm-hmm.
And they were generally destroying the neighborhood and creating unnecessary traffic throughout every neighborhood in the town as the town continued to grow. So who was around voting for this if only 15 years was a short amount of time for any type of law to change or infrastructure to change? In only 15 years, they taxed us again to take them down. That's when you start voting locally and you say, well, I need to vote for my town people first.
Well, and people don't understand that. Mikey and I watched a video, what is it, Thursday, about that community.
The subdivision.
The one road out, they put a toll on, and the community was like, we didn't want this. Like
they put the toll on them to get into their subdivision.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
So in Illinois, there's a hot, and I wish I was been around for that one because I have my beef with this. So I was around before 355 existed. That 355 is one of the major toll roads in Illinois. And I believe they said that it was only going to be an 8-year toll road. This is like year 25, I want to say. Somewhere around there. Maybe
almost
longer.
Done. We're almost done fixing the road, and then we'll get rid of them.
Yeah. And so instead of taking because they promised, I'm gonna look up this. How long has 355 been a road?
I mean, I've listened.
36 years now. So 36 years. When they extended it from Veterans Parkway to I-55 and 290, and they did most of this work in the mid 90s. And the southern extension opened around where I lived at in 2007. It's called the Veterans Memorial Tollway, November 11th, 2007. And then they decided to widen it at 75th Street and US 34 in 2009. They promised when they put this road in and they annexed property that was part of the town, and the town basically donated them this property, that we weren't going to have to pay any taxes. There is still 2 tollways at both exits. So you have to pay the tollway with less than 1.5 miles of space between one exit to the next. And if you do not pay this toll, they're going to charge you over $1,000 when it comes back to you. Ask me how I know, because it's happened to me multiple times and I had to fight them in court. So where's the money going?
Yes.
Yes.
We have your money.
So, I mean, here's the problem is that these states are relying on these third-party contractors to do all this stuff and maintain all this stuff. A good example of how to fix that is like the state of New York, and specifically like everything in all the tolls in New York City are run by the New York Transit Authority.
Yeah, we don't have an MTA here or NTA.
And you know, it's not great. Like, I don't know what the toll is for the George Washington Bridge out of New York City into New Jersey, but last time I paid it, it was $12 just
I
to
was about to
cross
say,
a
I think it's
bridge.
like 12 or 15 bucks.
Like, that is fucking insane. But New York City is a city of 8 million people with a lot of roads to maintain, and there's a lot of traffic, and there's a lot of wear and tear on those bridges and roads. Like, I get it. And I think Connecticut is one of the only New England states that doesn't have tolls because we don't want sort of the burden on the residents of the state to pay for those tolls. But however, some of our roads are pretty shitty. Like I-95 in Connecticut is not great. I-84 in Connecticut, not great. It's out of date. And the people in Connecticut don't want to pay the fucking taxes or the tolls. However, they want new roads. How are they fucking going to get that if there's no money for the roads? Like we do get a lot of money from the casinos, and a lot of that money is supposed to go into like a transit fund for the state, because
I'm sure it is.
Right, exactly. But that fund gets raided whenever the state needs money.
Tim, how much money is actually in there? How much money is actually in there? Like, let's be honest here.
$6.
Like, so, Mike, I'm sure if you have this pulled up anywhere, that you could tell me how much money has been allocated towards the road system that we've had.
No, I'm not looking that up.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
It's a lot.
I don't blame you. It's ridiculous.
It's a lot.
And I guarantee you the same amount of money hasn't been put towards the school system.
But hey, those are good union jobs. Fixing them roads.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm keeping union people employed by constantly tearing up the highway that I just fixed 2 years ago. That's not even busted yet, but preventative maintenance.
Oh, okay. So they $730 million in 2007, $1.18 billion for 2 sections, and another $450 million for the original one, 17 miles in 1989. 730 for 12 miles in 2007.
We're in the weeds.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. We're talking about close to $5 billion in the last 20 years for this freaking road that's still not done.
Still in the weeds. We've been very local, and we haven't given the people anything to enjoy thus far. So let's reinvigorate our chat here. Yes, roads cost too much. I agree.
Roads cost too much. Mikey, why don't we shift tracks and you put up
we got some modern shit that's been happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here we go. This is our favorite part. What is going on with your tax money? 720p ABC, get your shit together.
In dramatic video showing the collision of 2 U.S. Navy ships, a destroyer and another ship.
Speaking of,
there's also late.
You want to talk about how much a road costs? How much you think this boat costs?
Coming in tonight, a fighter jet was scrambled while President Trump was at Fort Bragg today. A plane intercepted what had them so concerned. But first, hear this collision, and here's Martha Raddatz now.
Tonight, images of 2 U.S. Navy ships colliding in the Caribbean. Videos appearing to be taped by crew members.
Don't they have radar?
Media capturing
There's a whole ocean, bro. But I think they're restocking.
Destroyer USS Truxtun and a military supply ship slam into each other during a replenishment operation Wednesday afternoon.
Nobody's good at their jobs anymore.
A horn blaring.
You better go get those fat, gay, bearded blacks and get them back in there to steer the boat. Because apparently, we've lost 6 jets into the Pacific Ocean. And now we're just ramming each other.
As the destroyer approaches the supply ship, crashing into its side. Officials now assessing whether the vessels are able to proceed with their deployment in the Caribbean, where they are part of the massive U.S. buildup to go after.
Bro got his phone out immediately.
Drug cartels. The images emerging as the Marines announced the death of 21-year-old Lance Corporal Chukwemeka Ofora of Florida, also deployed in the Caribbean, who fell overboard the USS Iwo Jima and was declared lost at sea after
They didn't find him?
And nothing
They couldn't
from
turn the ship around.
They have dinghies that they can launch at a heartbeat. They have rescue divers.
They probably didn't realize that he had fell for after quite a while with all the chaos going on, but that's no excuse.
Hey, Seth, where's your statement?
He hasn't given
Long
one.
search. And David, to that late breaking news, a small private plane flew within the restricted airspace over Fort Bragg, where the president was speaking today. One fighter jet was scrambled to intercept the plane. The jet released flares to alert the private plane, and the pilot then diverted to a regional airport, likely entering that restricted area inadvertently.
And also, when it comes to the air, they fucking shut down the airspace in Texas for 10 fucking days for happy birthday balloons.
That's hilarious.
They fucking launched tomahawks at it, shut the airspace down. It's a cartel drone. It was a fucking like SpongeBob balloon or some shit.
Where are all the professionals?
They left.
They're gone.
A friend of mine got booted and didn't have to pay back any of their med school. I was like, Hegseth accidentally did something right. What do you want, dog?
Get him, Zero.
Kill. Oh,
the head of ICE.
So if you guys will remember, Tren de Aragua, the most violent criminal gang that's ever criminaled a gang. The DHS had to clean up some shit.
Was under oath before Congress when he made a damning accusation against law enforcement in Colorado yesterday that local law enforcement here leaked news of a raid in Aurora, and that allowed gang members to escape. But the timeline didn't match up to us. And when we started asking questions, ICE deleted the accusation from its social media accounts.
What? We never said that.
Dumb.
We never said that. How dare you?
Our Marshall Zallinger saved the receipts.
So many times. I'll give you the example of Aurora, Colorado.
It's actually Colorado, but that's not what we're fact checking.
Damn.
Roasted his ass. Run it back.
I want to hear that again.
Our Marshall
This is
Zallinger
actually
saved the
Colorado.
receipts.
So many times. I'll give you the example of Aurora, Colorado.
It's actually Colorado, but that's not what we're fact checking.
Colorado.
When acting ICE Director Todd Lyons testified in front of Congress Thursday, he made this claim about the February 2025 ICE operation in Aurora.
We were going to serve a criminal warrant on an apartment complex of known TDA gang members that was full. We tried to work with the state and local government. They made notifications that the operations were ongoing.
This is what he said in front of Congress.
Wow.
So when tactical teams arrived, protesters were already there and the apartment complex was empty.
ICE social media accounts
Coronado.
Coronado.
Lyons.
Colonel.
It's actually Colorado.
Here is the post that ended with, local law enforcement made a public notification of our presence, a decision that could have cost American lives. After we reached out to ICE asking questions about the claim in this post and Lyons' testimony, the social posts were deleted.
Error 404, page not found. What you talking about?
We never said that. We asked ICE.
We never said that. Prove it.
And the Department of Homeland Security why they deleted them and which law enforcement they believe leaked the operation. This evening, we still do not have an answer. When we reached out to the city of Aurora about the claim, we got a statement saying the city, including the Aurora Police Department, was not and has not been involved in the development and activation of any federal immigration enforcement plans in Aurora. Perhaps the reason why the Aurora apartment complex, where members of Tren de Aragua were known to live, was empty? On January 24th, 2025, the city of Aurora...
Oh, no, not a timeline.
...posted a court-ordered emergency closure of the apartments, letting residents know they needed to be out by February 18th. ICE showed up February 5th. The only evidence we can find that could have tipped off that ICE was coming did not come from local law enforcement. It came from the U.S. government.
What?
Really?
I think Coronado said something first.
1 week before the operation in the Denver metro area.
U.S. Northcom says as of yesterday, ICE will be able to stage and process people here at Buckley Space Force Base. They say this is at the request of the Department of Homeland Security.
U.S. Northcom in Colorado Springs confirmed on January 28th that Buckley Space Force Base was being set up to house detainees. Today, U.S. Northcom could not comment when we asked if the military could have cost American lives using the language from the now deleted ICE social post. Buckley Space Force Base referred us to ICE.
Okay, what is this? Even Hillary supports deportations and Obama. How do you feel about this?
I feel that Obama was better at deporting people than Trump is.
I mean, don't we already have it in place that if they get arrested for a crime of any sort, they get a detainer put on them, which kind of stamps them for removal once their sentence is done?
That's how it used to go.
Yeah, Trump's really bad at this. He's not.
I mean, he literally just said, hey, jail, can I have your people with detainers? And they'd be like, okay, you don't have to deal with the local anything. Just go to the jail and go get them.
Trump is never going to out deport Biden or Obama or Biden. Come on.
Right.
It's really not possible with how many people that they deported. So,
but you're on the wrong show, buddy.
A bunch of people have been on the wrong show.
We didn't even get to make it there, and now I'm not going to get to make it there. So I'm disappointed.
So what happens if someone makes a false or inaccurate claim to Congress? Could be considered perjury. We asked ICE if Lyons planned to try to amend his testimony in some way. Again, got no answer. A congressional staffer with knowledge of how this works told me you can make a faithful attempt to correct the record, and that would usually not be considered perjury, but the ultimate decision is up to the attorneys that represent the majority. So in this case, Kyle, the Republican Party attorneys.
So there won't be any repercussions for the blatant fucking lie about Coronado and their they tipped him off. That's why we didn't pick up anybody. No, you tipped him off, dumbass. You can't fucking march around with fucking marching symbols announcing your presence and we will be here in 1 week. I can't believe they snitched on us. Bitch, you snitched.
They did.
You
They
snitched
did
on
it.
your damn self, not us. Jared Kushner back in the
For
news.
more than a week now, we have been following the story of an anonymous whistleblower from the intelligence community who alleges
Anonymous.
that Trump's director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, spiked a former whistleblower report they filed last year. And a whistleblower report about someone
shocked.
close to Donald Trump. Okay, so that's what we knew. That's already kind of edgy. I've been obsessed with the story. And then today we learned that that person close to Donald Trump is none other than Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. As the Wall Street Journal described it today, the report centers around a conversation between two foreign nationals last year discussing Jared Kushner and reportedly Iran. Beyond
I am constantly. Where's my flabbergasted? Where's my flabbers?
My flabbers are so gassed.
I've never had my flabbers so gassed.
On what planet do we just allow this fool to just run around collecting billion-dollar contracts for no reason? Just let him do whatever he wants. Like, no, he doesn't need congressional oversight. He's a volunteer. Get the fuck out of here. So you MAGA chuds out there who keep fucking flooding the chat every 15 minutes, y'all are cool with Jared Kushner just, doing his own thing, getting out there.
What is he to the administration this time around? Because he was
A
like Trump
volunteer.
everything. Yeah, like
He's just a volunteer, even though he's in charge of Gaza, apparently. Like, what is going on right now?
that, we have no idea what the content of that conversation
there's polling
was.
to
So a senior U.S. official
refute that.
tells Emmis now that the discussion about Kushner was just, quote, salacious gossip. Okay, we'll see when we learn more. But the whistleblower alleges that Gabbard limited the sharing of that content for political purposes, an allegation Gabbard fiercely denies, and which her spokeswoman claims is baseless and politically motivated. Okay. Now, the whistleblower also alleges that the NSA's general counsel's office failed to report a, quote, potential crime to the Justice Department that was raised by the content of the conversation. I mean, those are some freaking serious allegations, just to state it. We don't know what's in there, but those are serious allegations. But I'm going to zoom out for a second, because part of what is amazing about this story is the idea that there could still be another shoe left to drop. When it comes to our understanding of Jared Kushner and his role in U.S. diplomacy, I mean, let's just take stock in what we already know just from public reporting. Just days after leaving the White House, Kushner started a brand new venture capital firm, and despite having no experience at all, somehow managed to get a $2 billion.
What?
Yes, no experience and all the money.
What are you talking? Of course, he's great at doing these things. Hold on.
Who's giving him the money? Oh, wait, it was the Saudi Crown Prince?
Don't you look familiar? Didn't I see you in them files? Weren't you in them files?
Yeah, he likes
He was in them. It was in them files, I think.
For investment from a fund led by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. In the 3 years after that investment, Kushner's firm got paid at least $112 million in fees from investors, while not giving those investors any profits in return.
So let me get. I need to sign up for this kind of job. Give me all your money.
No. It involves you doing horrible things.
No. I just want the business structure. So they give me money. I don't give them a return on their investment. And then I collect $112 million in fees for the job I literally haven't done.
They haven't done anything.
Well, he needs his money.
For what?
But somehow, even after that track record was made public, in 2024, Kushner's firm managed to score another $1.5 billion investment.
Like, if it's not obvious, I don't know what to tell y'all.
We're over $3 billion already.
From funds tied to the governments of the UAE and Qatar. Now, Kushner's firm, Affinity Partners, says that everything is on the up and by the book. Of course, that's what they say. And even Kushner himself does not shy away from saying what makes his firm such a unique and attractive investment.
What would you say the biggest differentiator is for Affinity compared to?
Ooh, pop quiz. What do you think his firm? What do you think he offers as a firm? Like, what is the
Money.
Okay, money from Tim. Tez, what do you think? What is the unique thing that he can provide with his firm that other firms cannot?
Unique?
Mm-hmm.
Well, considering who he's dealing with, probably trafficking of some sort.
Okay.
Can I change my answer? Can I change my answer?
All right. Go ahead.
Access to the president.
Damn it, Tim, you read ahead.
Growth funds. We're able to do things on the
Listen, I know the rules of the game, man. That's all.
For Affinity compared to other growth funds. We're able to do things on the geopolitical side, on the connection side, on the problem-solving side that I think that they've found very valuable as well.
I don't think the beard works.
On the connection side. There's lots in there.
I didn't know who he was, though. He was like hiding in plain sight. He did like a Clark Kent on me with the glasses. I was like,
yeah, he was hiding in plain
who
sight.
the fuck? Who was that?
So everything that we know and the dealings that have been happening most recently with that prince and the president of the United States currently, and then these people, and then the files, you would think that there'd be some type of connection that people are making, like, I don't know, the chart behind Mikey.
Now, while Kushner's firm is raking in all of that.
Am I off base thinking that this is a high level corruption?
No.
He's very good at his job. Look at the non-returns he got for his last set of investors. That's why he needs $3 billion more for a firm he started fucking 2 weeks ago.
So let me get this straight. This is just for the people who are lay people as far as not knowing anything about this. Okay. So you're telling me that a foreign official, non-democratic foreign official, is paying money to a middleman to gain access to U.S. influence and or licenses for things in the United States by way of this guy, the president, and other parties. And this guy's getting money as a liaison to essentially do nothing but make introductions.
How dare you? He's returned $0 to his investors thus far, but he might.
Listen,
okay,
Tez,
wasn't there another guy who had that job before him?
everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Y'all know who that guy's name was, right? Or am I just connecting the dots the wrong way?
He's the next generation.
So his name also starts with a J.
Who are we talking about?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh God. I don't think
Cash
that's
multiple
talking about
billions
Jeffrey
of dollars
Epstein.
from Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds alone. Kushner is also simultaneously serving as a quote unquote volunteer for the.
Look at him go. Look
There
at
we
him.
go. See, there we go. See?
Solving the Middle East. There he is.
Yeah, fixing all the problems.
Why the fuck is he wearing a t-shirt and a ball cap? What is going on over there? And sunglasses.
He doesn't want to get recognized in Gaza.
How? Look at him.
Sticking out like a sore thumb.
The dude is like 10 feet tall.
And gangly.
You could certainly pick him out in this picture out of a lineup.
Do you remember
It's
90s spy games and how they'd have like the guy that's supposed to be incognito look, but he's completely out of place? That's what this looks like.
It's like a sketch of the Unabomber.
Yeah, it's like a very bad action movie where like, this is the criminal we're looking for. He looks like this and he's wearing a t-shirt.
He's doing his best Jack Reacher.
Yeah, right.
I'm
That's
Jason
why he needs
Bourne.
the beard.
Trump administration as an off-the-books foreign diplomat of sorts. Nothing shady about that at all.
Dress a little
He's
nicer.
negotiated ceasefires in Gaza. He's met with Putin to discuss Ukraine.
What's the problem with that? Just send him to Russia.
Wait, what's his title?
He doesn't have one.
So why is... Never mind.
This is how Trump operated last time around. He sent his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, over to Ukraine.
America's mayor, Rudy Giuliani. How very dare you?
But Trump doesn't work through official diplomatic channels. He never has.
He doesn't know how.
So what am I going to send my landscaper to go take care of my daughter's school papers?
Exactly.
Look, he didn't fucking put his kids all in the administration this time. He just has them doing shit outside the administration. What's the problem?
So are they special government employees?
No, they're literally nothing.
So why are they there?
They're using his name to get whatever they want.
Yeah,
that's illegal.
Trump did send a special envoy with Jared Kushner, so it wasn't completely illegal.
Yeah,
but that's it. Like Jared's running the show. Witkoff is just there to look nice.
Right.
A new nuclear deal with Iran. Given how much money Kushner is receiving from countries with a lot at stake in those negotiations, that feels like quite a conflict of interest.
No.
And all of that is already public knowledge. That's all public.
No.
So given all of that,
that's not
what could possibly be in this whistleblower report that could make all of that look any worse? And how can that whistleblower make...
I wonder where the leak is coming from. We have a person who's had no congressional oversight, collecting billions of dollars from foreign heads of state. A whistleblower report, and Tim Tam won't fucking report on. I wonder what
they know public.
The connection
I
could
have
be.
The perfect person to ask joining me now is Andrew Buckeye, the chief legal counsel at Whistleblower Aid and the attorney for the whistleblower at the heart of this story. First of all, you're doing such incredible work right now. We wouldn't know so much of what we know about this government without Whistleblower.
Yeah.
Share your client's report with Congress by saying that her office's inspector general deemed the content of the report not to be credible. That's her argument. That's what others have echoed. What do you make of that defense?
First of all, that credibility determination has no bearing on our client's right to take this to
But there are no
Congress.
laws.
By law, one, that disclosure and its contents should be sent to the Senate.
We all
and
agree
House
to not
Intelligence
do certain
Committees.
things.
And two, our client should be able to and must be able to, by law, meet with those members. Second, the issue of credibility. It's been kind of bothering me for quite some time because whenever somebody thinks about credibility, they're questioning, is somebody credible? Can you trust this particular individual? In this particular case, what the ICIG or the DNI is looking at is saying, well, because the whistleblower read something in a report or was part of a meeting, and perhaps Tulsi Gabbard herself said, well, I didn't do X because she's first person. Her word is taken over somebody else's. In my opinion, that's a questionable way to define or figure out credibility.
Everybody calm down.
It's
Okay.
all fine.
Tulsi's going to take care of it, and she's going to make sure that the whistleblower is dealt with.
Tulsi has been up to some shady shit recently too.
What?
The Tussie.
She was up in Fulton County fucking around with their election, with their ballots.
What? She needed to be there because.
Right. What is the DNI doing at an FBI raid?
Because it could have been other countries that were part of the thing.
Oh, yeah, but why was she personally there? Except for the look good for the cameras.
She was hiding from the camera. She had a cap on and everything.
Yeah, she was not trying to be seen.
She was looking like a full Jared Kushner over there, fucking hiding in a box.
No one can see me because I have on this hat.
She was there because she gave her staff time off. Her staff needed some break, needed to go on vacation. So she was like, okay, I'll go out in the field. I'll do it.
Innocent bystander. She was vacationing there anyway.
The FBI is not part of DNI.
Say
Says
what?
who?
Say what? What now? But they're
FBI is
friends.
part of DHS.
But they're friends. They're friends though. They like to just like be hanging out.
They were supposed to be going to lunch.
They were just chilling. How you know she was looking? Were you there? How you know she looked at the votes?
Were you there?
Were you in the deposition?
Were you there? I didn't see you there. I was there. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me.
Is he lying or is he stupid? Put in your votes now.
Put in your votes now. Farmer Tabor has a good. I love her. She puts out good stuff. For all you rural folk out there.
You want to know why most of rural America is red? Number one, it's not. About a third of rural America votes blue. Let's start there. The rest of them, it's because every rural county has 1 to 5 families that own the county. They are the employers. They choose which projects get greenlit. They run the entire economy. There's one down in Bladen County. They own a check cashing service. So there's a lot of poor people in Bladen County. And if you start a bank account, they will kick you out of your rental housing that they own because they want you to use their check cashing service. So imagine the kind of
Nah, dog, you don't get no bank account. What the fuck?
Yo, wait, they want you to use their accounts?
Yeah, you need to get a money order from us so I can charge you $10.
Well, that seems kind of counterproductive to progress.
Why is everything in America a fucking scam? Like, why? Why does it always have to be a scam?
Can we just not grift for like?
And we try to not grift each other every fucking minute of every day.
They can't help it. They can't help it.
God. Well, you can't have a bank account, otherwise you got to use our cash checking service.
I'm not allowed to like market to my customers. What is going on? Like,
have you ever tried to get your license plate renewed?
What happened to the free markets, huh? I just want to hold everybody hostage in my town.
You can't pay in cash. You get your license plate renewed, you can't pay in cash anymore.
You can't.
No, you can't. You're not allowed to.
In Connecticut, you can't even really go to the DMV anymore. Everything's by appointment and virtual.
You have to schedule an appointment to go to the DMV. And then if we do give you a new ID, you have to wait for it in the mail. They used to print them in front of us.
Yeah.
It'd be hot off the press.
Yo, I have the same driver's license picture I had from like 15 years ago. They don't even take a new picture anymore.
Damn, bro. They're reusing the picture.
Yeah, they used to do that here. They used to reuse the pictures here where you go in and you sign the paperwork. And then if you had to take a test, you take a test. And then they just print you off a new one right away. But now it's like you have to get this paper stuff. And then like, here's the funny thing about the paper stuff. Nobody likes to take the paper stuff. Nobody. You can't use it.
God damn it,
to identify yourself. You can't use the paper stuff, but you got to wait 2 months to get your actual ID.
That's so ridiculous.
Your birth certificate? Good luck trying to get that.
Oh my God. I had to get a birth certificate so I can get my passport. Holy shit, was that a journey?
Mm-hmm.
The passport's a journey too. You got to apply for the chance to get a passport. So you have to apply for it first. And then if they accept your application, then you get to go there and then take a whole another series of tests, pay for that too, and then wait to see if they accepted that.
I had to go to, there's a little bit in the weeds, but I had to go to JFK because I was getting one of those
airport
special passes, whatever it's called, global entry. I was going to get a global entry card. I had to be fucking interviewed by a fucking TSA agent. They had to fingerprint me, and they asked me if I was a terrorist.
Yes,
and like you answered.
I said no, I'm not a terrorist.
Very good.
But they did a whole background check on me before I even showed up. So they started asking me questions about my background, if I had any other aliases or what all of my jobs were. Like, they already knew all this stuff. They wanted to know if I made it up.
What did you roll in the dungeon on the 4th round? I don't remember.
And now it's not even a permanent thing. My global entry card is expired now. I have to go, if I want another one, I have to go get that done again.
You know they're putting political affiliations on passports, right?
Well, not on my passport.
No, not on mine either, because I don't have one. But if you choose to, they'll put your political affiliation on your passport.
When you get a driver's license in Connecticut, the very first thing after you apply for the driver's license is you also apply to register to vote.
Your data, dumbass.
The DMV gives out the voter registration forms, or if you do it electronically, you can fill out an electronic one now. Like, they're trying to get as many people registered to vote as possible. So as soon as you get your driver's license and you turn 18 or whatever, you can register to vote.
It's voting and selective service here. If you're a man, it's voting and selective service. So let's just say that somebody decides they want to start drafting people. Well, you have a driver's license, you can be drafted.
Yeah. When do you age out of that, by the way?
You don't.
Jokes on y'all. Jokes on y'all. My back have aged out of it.
Yeah, I would probably not make it through the. They would call my number up. I'd be like, I'm probably not gonna be good for you guys.
I'd be on that PT like.
Perfect time to have an asthma attack. Perfect timing.
I was like, I got to keep my beard, or else my face breaks out. Oh, get him out of here.
What did the
you gotta shave?
When he said bend the knee, he said, but this knee, it doesn't.
The way my knee is set up, I got a check-ins and a savings.
It doesn't work that way. So I think I'll just prefer to stand. Thank you.
In Bladen County, they own a check cashing service. So there's a lot of poor people in Bladen County. And if you start a bank account, they will kick you out of your rental housing that they own because they want you to use their check cashing service. So imagine the kind of political sway. If you speak a word against these people, you lose your job, you lose your housing, your family loses their job, your family loses their housing. You can't start a business without their permission. And they're all big money hereditary families, so they're conservative because they don't want to pay taxes. That's why rural America is red. And they never have to spend a dime to get people to vote their way.
There you go.
There you go.
So instead of letting these people be captured, go and take over the system in their areas. All they need is a way out, and they will abandon the power structure that they are trapped underneath. Millennial rant incoming.
Millennials and Gen Zs entitled. I don't understand what you want from us. The millennials and Gen Zs went to school and got good grades. We went to college for 4 to 6 years and got $50,000 to $100,000 in debt. We then got jobs and have been in these jobs for 10 to 15 years working our way up. And the lucky ones are making $140,000, $150,000. What do you want us to do? You want us to go make $140,000 a year, go live in a garage with a space heater, have no TV, no laptop, no cell phone, no internet, take dates to the park and throw fucking Frisbees around and pack peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, drive a 1980 car that you have to push and Fred Flintstone yourself around. That's what the reward is for getting straight A's, getting a master's degree, getting $100K in debt and working your way up for 15 years. That's what you want from us? You want us to live an hour and 20 minutes away from work, so 2.5 hours a day is in commuting? Don't you want, after 50 years with the GDP productivity and the net worth of Americans, by the way, that have gone up about $160 trillion, don't you think that it should be easier? Don't you think millennials and Gen Zers should have 4-day work weeks by now? At least. Free healthcare would have been amazing, but let's put that aside. Free college, let's put that aside. Why doesn't 40 hours a week pay us enough to buy shit? You realize that back in the day, $140,000 bought you a 5-bedroom house in a cul-de-sac. You had 3 cars. You used to have barbecues. You didn't put hot dogs. You had steaks, baby. You now have to be extraordinary to live an ordinary life. We're supposed to feel frustrated and entitled. I fucking love that about millennials and Gen Zers because we're right. We should be frustrated and fucking entitled.
Because it's our shit.
It's ours.
And you're sitting on it. So
it's ours.
So before everything erupts into anarchy and everyone abandons the country, I want the shit I already fucking paid for.
Well, good luck with Social Security.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, it's not even a sunken cost fallacy. Motherfucker, y'all got debts.
Well, if you rob the future of everything that they're supposed to get to build the next future, then you don't have a future. The housing market by itself is proof of that. And he's right. Everybody works an hour away from home. Everybody's living in somebody's garage. Like, yeah, people are successful. There are some successful people, but not a lot.
Listen, there are multiple credit bubbles that exist. There's a housing credit bubble that is not looking great. There's a student loan bubble that is going to burst because they turned on payments for everyone again. And now they've taken away the interest-based repayment program.
Right.
And they've taken away some of the debt forgiveness for government workers and teachers. Those programs were reestablished by Biden, and then Trump just cut out the legs of those programs again. So people can't afford their student loans. People can't afford their houses. People can't afford the health care. That's another credit crisis that's coming.
They can't even get the jobs because the government bailed these companies out.
And we covered this last week. There's 1 million less jobs in the job market than there were this time last year.
In 1 year.
In 1 year.
And how many are less since the pandemic? There's entire industries that never started back up again.
Yeah, no, we never recovered fully from the pandemic.
No, yes, we did. We had the greatest economy in the G7. You guys should be lucky. You guys should be lucky to have this economy.
Where are the malls, Mikey?
Oh, they're dead.
They're apartment complexes.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing
or Amazon warehouses or data centers. That's what happened to the malls. Almost all of them. You're lucky if you find a mall still standing.
Dude, the fucking mall from like high school where like Warped Tour would be at and shit has fucking apartments in the lot where like the bands used to play. And I'm like, what the fuck happened to this place?
There's lots of apartments over there, and they cost $500,000 for a 2-bedroom.
And this guy has never heard of an ectopic pregnancy.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Dial-up's back.
Yeah. The healthcare issue was caused by Obamacare and the big healthcare. Yeah, of course it has. Of course we're not arguing. Yes.
Duh. Well, no, I wouldn't say it was caused by Obamacare. It was already shitty. It
was bad.
And Obamacare was a band-aid on a fucking tsunami. Because again, Mr. 10, don't forget that they were throwing cancer patients off of their fucking insurance because the cancer came back.
Pre-existing conditions.
So the only thing the ACA did that was salvageable is that insurers couldn't throw people off again. That being said, I think health insurance is a fucking scam.
Yeah. I bet this guy's solution to it is health savings accounts that are funded by Trump, right? Trump's going to give us money to pay for health insurance directly.
They ain't going to be able to give you enough money if you get cancer.
Right.
They're not going to insure you.
Right.
They're not going to insure you. They don't even want to give. So GLP-1s have been widely abused by everybody with money because they're very expensive. And one of the reasons that they're very expensive is because, people that if you don't know, is because this administration outlawed generic GLP-1s. They're commonly used as medicine for people with diabetes type 1 and 2 to help regulate their systems and lose the excess weight that also helps cause cholesterol issues and heart issues and all of the issues that you would have if you're overweight. Now, they can just go outside and go to the gym. Yes, they can, but also there are thyroid conditions that exist that prevent them from being able to adequately lose as much weight as they can, or they have issues already. But here's the thing. If let's say that we create a medicine that stops something from happening inside of your body, regardless of what you're doing, don't you think that the technology that we've used for, I don't know, the same as airbags in a car should be widely available to the people that need it and not being imagine if you had to pay $75,000 plus to have airbags in your car. You would think that was ridiculous, right? I would hope so, because the technology is there and it's cheap, but they're charging over $1,500 for a single dose of what you need to take twice a month or 4 times a month, once a week. Who's got an extra $6,000 a month to pay for that when they just have a heart attack then?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Or you got pancreatitis because it's hereditary? Well, F you. That's what's happening when you allow the government to say things and do things like, I don't know, privatizing medicine and saying that you can't have generics when generics have literally been saving people for decades? You outlawed generic production. Why?
Well, because it's more expensive when you say that this is the name brand.
Are you guys trying to act like people are getting robbed? I know Tess has to go, but I want him to be able to see this.
This is incorrect. I want to point this out. The Supreme Court got rid of the penalty for not having health insurance. You are wrong. Because they said that is unconstitutional, that couldn't work. So that is wrong. You use the original ACA came with I believe it was a $700 or $800 penalty on your taxes for not having health insurance. And the Supreme Court did not uphold it. They said that was unconstitutional. So wrong there.
No, they totally kept up with politics, and they're not on some antiquated system going off of what they remember instead of actually looking at what happened. So don't accuse them of that, Tim, because that's not what they're doing. But speaking of being robbed, the greatest heist in the history of mankind just happened in Italy. We got the footage. These men have decided that the fucking highway... Lock in here, Tim. Hold on a second. You're going to ruin my jokes. Stay with me. I need you here. They've decided that the best time to take out the armored car would be to block the highway and do... It goes on.
Guarda, 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 guarda.
No one died. No one died.
Okay, okay. You sure?
Guarda. Damn it, Tim. Get out of the chat. You missed it.
I'm not in the chat.
Look at the explosion, sir.
Oh, I did miss an explosion.
I'm telling you, this is
you
good.
did.
It's short. It's good. It's good.
Stanno rubando il furgone, guarda. Guarda, 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 guarda.
Jesus.
What did they hit it with? An RPG?
Hanno rubato il furgone.
Some sort of IED.
Guarda.
This will work.
Guarda. Cristo santo.
Right?
Hanno fatto scappiare.
They had a shootout.
Guardali.
No one got shot. They blew up the truck. They didn't get to steal anything. This was just a big waste of time. Like, they didn't get shit. They didn't get anything. And they fucking blocked traffic. Like, dude, everyone's gonna fucking see you if you back up traffic for a fucking mile and a half. Like, how do you think you're getting away? You're supposed to be surreptitious.
That's ridiculous.
Unless you have a fucking helicopter or something. Like, where did you plan on going?
Get the cargo, Bob.
I mean, I've done better raids in the crew.
Guarda, 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 guarda. Guarda.
I think that bomb might have been too big to get the door open, because the door is in the far right shoulder on the opposite side of the highway. Rob better, people. I mean, look at imagine if they did that at the Louvre. The Louvre, they just had a fucking truck with a ladder on it and magically stole all the fucking crown rubies of every king ever with just a ladder truck and some scooters.
I'm thoroughly disappointed in their ability to commit that type of thing.
And they haven't been caught yet, by the way. I don't think anyone's been arrested.
They probably won't be.
They're gone, bro. They are gone. What are you looking up over there, Tim?
Well, guys, I would love to stay, but I must go.
Yes.
I'll be in the chat.
All right.
Have a good day.
Thanks
I
for
see you
coming,
later.
guys.
Oh, this guy says the cops can't get to them though. Yeah, they can. They'll just go to the next exit and drive the wrong way up the highway because there's no traffic, because they've blocked it off. I mean, come on, Italians, rob better. I mean, the Italian job should have been like, I didn't see one Mini Cooper in this Italian job. They didn't do anything by the book. They thought they knew better, and they didn't. That's not how you do this.
Here, the person here who was talking about the Supreme Court upheld the Affordable Care Act as a tax. In 2012, yes, they upheld the mandate by ruling that the penalty was a tax. However, in 2021, in the court case of California v. Texas, the court decided that because Congress reduced the financial penalty for not having insurance to zero, that the state's individual suing did not show any harm. So before the Supreme Court could even come back at it, Congress had already reduced the penalties to 0.
But I have a 0 penalty.
So no, you don't pay a penalty for the ACA, and the ACA is not a tax, and you don't have to have health insurance apparently because the penalty is 0. And also, this statement is dumb. Obamacare fixed everything about the Affordable Care Act.
Oh no. Oh man.
They're the same thing. You're talking about the same thing.
Put in the Pam meme of they're the same picture.
They're the same picture. Come on, guys. At least come at me with like real statements.
So AOC was in Munich. Hillary Rodham Clinton was at Munich for this like security conference and all this stuff. AOC looked a little unprepared in her stances, and of course Hillary's like, I'd blow up everything, and I'm like, of course you would. Of course you would. And then people try to fucking box us in with the Democrats and then with this liberal person and that liberal person. She said, no, give Ukraine tomahawks and blow the shit out of Russia. That's what I would have done. It's like, okay, Hillary. Okay, Hillary. I get you. And then we had the great and powerful Brian Tyler Cohen, the only one to get a fucking Obama interview this year.
Oh, yeah.
That chorus is really paying off, huh? Funny that. I mean, every single mainstream news source I saw was like, yes, and this interview comes from Brian Tyler Cohen. Like all of them had a little bit of, we're the news people, and he went to other people. And then I know why he went to other people. Because he's trying to fucking push that abundance shit. They're going to be calling that shit abundance in a minute. Abundance is coming.
Mikey, you're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Yeah, I'm going to love it when they got a bunch of fucking sheds with solar panels on them. Like, here is your 5-family home. Go on in there.
Listen, it's the new thing, man. You're going to fucking love it.
You guys heard of tiny homes? These are micro homes.
We're going to corporatize liberalism and everyone's going to have a great time. We're going to have a great time.
You're going to love my nuts.
You're going to
chop.
You're going to have a great life.
Stop. You cry, you're making me cry.
You cry, you're making me cry. Life's hard enough as it is. You don't want to cry anymore.
San Francisco
here we go.
Firefighter spent his career putting his life on the line for the community. Now he finds himself fighting for survival and battling.
This is what everybody wants to just like let happen and be cool with.
His own insurance company.
Now he is only sharing his story with one reporter, our senior investigator, Bigat Shaban.
Ken Jones and Helen Horvath have been married for close to 25 years. The two met as young firefighters in San Francisco.
Socialists, socialized firefighters.
Goddamn socialists.
Probably in a union.
But now aren't sure how much time together they have left.
The life we used to have, we're not going to have anymore.
Jones, who has long been into cycling and fitness, was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer last year, which his doctor says is likely linked to his 17 years working as a firefighter. But part of his medical treatment, ordered by his oncologist, was recently denied by his insurance company.
Great.
What? That's the entire point of having health insurance.
I mean, someone explain it to me in a way that doesn't make it sound like a fucking scam.
Like, what is the point then? If the insurance company give you like, you have cancer, we're not paying for that.
That sounds expensive.
Then why the fuck? What is the point of any? It's like Classic Code said. It's all fucking made up and the points don't matter, right? Health insurance is a fucking scam.
He wants you to quote him, not paraphrase him. So how dare you, Tim?
I can only paraphrase. I'm tired and I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh
shit.
But why? What the fuck? Like if I'm paying $600 a month for health insurance and they tell me, well, we're not gonna pay for your cancer care. That's too expensive. How could we possibly cover it? They're posting record profits every single year.
He didn't get lung cancer from smoking cigars, just sucking down stogies his entire life. He was a fucking firefighter. It's probably inhalation from saving other people's lives.
I mean, this is why Jon Stewart had to go in front of Congress and get those laws passed and then reset. Yeah, because we weren't going to cover the 9/11 first responders for their health needs. What the fuck, guys?
It's automatically depend on that insurance being there, and then when it's not, it's quite a blow.
You didn't expect any of this?
No. Expect it to be taken care of,
Blue Shield of California, which administers Jones's Medicare Advantage plan, declined.
Don't have Blue Cross no more. They dropped the Blue Cross.
I have Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Fuck them.
Our interview request. In a denial
What? They didn't want to talk.
letter to Jones, Blue Shield acknowledged the immunotherapy prescribed by Jones's doctor is FDA approved, but only when it's used early as a first-line treatment. A Blue Shield oncologist and an independent reviewer paid by Medicare determined Jones is ineligible because he's already undergone other types of treatments for his cancer.
So there you go. We already tried something else. So now you don't get a different treatment.
Yeah.
What fucking sense does that make?
Here we go. Health insurance needs to be fixed. How do you suggest we do it, Mikey?
We
billionth time.
We get rid of health insurance and we have universal single payer healthcare. It is cheaper, better, and we can get better fucking results.
Ask any European in the chat.
We're Canadian.
How they feel about their health insurance, or Canadian. Ask them how they feel about their health care. I'm sure I think Ali said before it costs $20 a week. So $80 or €20 a week. So like $25.
Pounds.
Oh, pounds. So like $25-ish a week. So it's $100 a month. $100 a month, and you can just walk into an ER and be like, my arm is broken. Can you fix this? And they'll be like, okay.
Because even if we started off with a higher amount in taxes, that number would eventually peter off because people will stop being so sick. And when people can do regular checkups and regular exams and do preventative medicine, you don't have catastrophic healthcare costs. But because everyone has to wait until they're literally bleeding out to go to get any kind of, like, people can't afford to go.
This is, you know what, Billy, that is a great explanation. It's like,
exactly.
We're all paying for everyone's health care, and therefore we get the group discount. It's like you know how companies, the bigger the company is, the less you pay for health insurance because they can get a group rate for everyone in the company. It's like that, but the whole country.
Right.
And then it's run by a company that has 2% overhead instead of whatever the overhead is for a health insurance company.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. 20%, 50%. Who knows, really?
It's probably over 100 at this point. They take a lot for themselves. And the hospitals are kind of like, they have to take patients, and this is what the patients have. So this is how they have to work. Imagine if they didn't have to worry about being compensated, because insurance companies are constantly denying shit so that they're not providing services and not getting compensation for it. That changes our hospital structure. Okay, Wishaza, we get it. Okay, you're better than us. We get it.
I just tried to get I had a doctor prescribe me a prescription for something.
Exactly. As long as the people I don't like don't get it,
Here we go. But I don't want to pay for other people's health.
But it's cheaper than paying for your own health if we all pull. So I think I have a good analogy. So you can go to like the gas station and buy a bottle of water, and it's like $1.50. Or you can buy a case of water, and it's even cheaper. Or at the office, you can have like a water cooler, and that's by far the cheapest. So what we want to do is move closer to water cooler and paying for our water, and less from individual bottles at a gas station, because those guys are making some serious overhead on a fucking bottle of a 10-cent bottle of water, or 5 cent, whatever it is, versus the water cooler people who only charge you 20 cents to fill up the whole thing. We are wasting money and unnecessarily enriching people we don't like so that we can have individual care. And it doesn't even give us better care. Americans are sicker than they've ever been. So we're doing it backwards and wrong.
Yeah.
So we should fix that.
It's all wrong.
Sometimes, though, there's gray area in medicine.
Dr. Matthew Gubens is Ken's oncologist and heads the Thoracic Medical Oncology Clinic at UCSF. He believes Blue Shield is misinterpreting medical guidelines and says he should know, as someone who helped create them. Dr. Gubens is part of an elite panel with the National Comprehensive Cancer Network.
Why is he on his laptop at the park?
Yeah, right? Shouldn't
What
he be
are you
on the
doing?
laptop at his office?
You gotta run out of juice, man. What are you doing?
Its
Shouldn't
guidelines
he
for
be
how to
chilling at
best
the park?
treat cancer patients
You using the hotspot on your phone? Just go back to your office. You know,
are widely used by hospitals, doctors, and insurance companies.
There are gray areas and edge cases among our patients where those guidelines just don't apply, where the data aren't as robust, and we have to make clinical decisions in the clinic on the ground.
Dr. Gubin says his request for immunotherapy should be considered a continuation of Jones's initial treatment, since it was never completed. Jones started on chemo and immunotherapy, but his doctors urged him to stop early in order to try new medical trials. But when those didn't slow down the cancer as much as everyone had hoped, Jones's medical team decided to turn back to chemo combined with immunotherapy. Then came that rejection from Blue Shield. So Dr. Gubens called the number listed on the denial letter to lodge an appeal.
Did you ever reach anyone? I reached people who apologized, but they weren't the right place to send the appeal to, and often referred me back to the first person I talked to.
Corporate bureaucracy.
Zach says, but wouldn't that piss off a lot of rich people off in the health insurance on universal health care? Aren't they the ones in charge? They're the ones paying the politicians. But guess what? Just because they're paying the politicians doesn't mean that they're going to win their elections. Canadian healthcare cons: longer wait times, limited choice in some areas, coverage gaps, regional variabilities, potential for underfunding. I admit Canada healthcare shines in equity and universal. I mean, all of those problems we still have, and we have to pay for it.
Right. There's gaps in my coverage, and I pay
Right.
$600.
We're literally watching a story about a gap in coverage. Like, yeah. But these people are going to lose everything. Like these treatments cost so much money. So much money.
How long were you on the phone? That day, I spent about 3 hours calling different phone numbers for this insurance company.
So he submitted his appeal in writing, but it was denied. Blue Shield wouldn't comment on why the phone number listed on its denial letter did not lead to the
Because they don't want you to call, man.
the correct person. But in a statement, the insurance company said, our medical reviews follow clinical guidelines and are not based on cost.
That's
bullshit.
Yeah, I'm sure, buddy. I'm sure.
No, to somebody with stage 4 lung cancer.
Rachel Jones is Ken's daughter, and she's also a nurse.
You thought it was a mistake.
Yeah, I really did. To me, saying no is saying, I'm okay with you dying.
She recently took her disbelief to government officials.
Today, I'm forced to stand here and beg.
As her father sat masked in the back row, lines of people urged San Francisco's Health Oversight Board to intervene, since it contracted with Blue Shield to provide insurance coverage for nearly 30,000 city employees and retirees like Ken Jones.
They are hastening his death.
San Francisco's former fire chief, Janine Nicholson, spoke out too. When she was diagnosed with cancer more than a decade ago, It was Ken Jones who drove her to her medical appointments for 6 months.
He's the kind of safety net that a lot of different kinds of people can talk to.
The fight. And see, this is kind of like, and this is another thing that kind of bothers me when people have like wild, large swath, large broad brush takes. We already have a system in place, and there's people who are already dedicating vast amounts of their time, energy, and resources to maintain the system that keeps everyone safe right now. And to just throw those people out the window and be like, whoop, fuck you, I got what I need out of you, is fucked as far as I'm concerned. That's no way to have a society, and that's no way to have a country.
This person says, I had great coverage before Obamacare and it was fairly cheap. The government is bad at everything it takes over. The government didn't take over anything. The government just sort of mandated that everyone have health insurance and then went back on that. And then they mandated that states offer competition. Like before the Affordable Care Act, the insurance marketplace was like 1 or 2 insurance companies, and now it's a little bit better and subsidized. Like the government didn't take over shit. They still do whatever they want. There's just slightly more competition. There's no more monopolies, or there's not supposed to be. I'm sure there still are.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not government run health insurance. It's corporate run health insurance. We don't have a government option.
Right. Well, unless you go to the VA.
Unless you go to the VA, and they're trying to privatize that too.
Right. Probably the best hospital system on the planet.
So it's not, the government's not running shit. It's these companies that are terrible at running shit. Like if you watch any part of that video, they don't want to talk to the doctors. They don't want to talk to the patients. They don't want to talk to other healthcare providers. They give you misleading or false information about how to contact them.
Right.
And they'll send you denials because they don't know your medical history. They don't care. You're a fucking number on a spreadsheet to them. So, hey, this is what you want. Great.
We are faced with today is not over.
That may help explain why so many firefighters decided to rally in his honor last month on the steps of City Hall. Jones was too sick to show up, but his family, friends, and even the mayor did all the talking for him.
We got to make sure we take care of you.
Blue Shield ultimately approved an alternative treatment for Jones that included chemo but not immunotherapy. Dr. Gubin says his patient needs both and tells us the appeals process wasted precious time.
We are losing ground, and any of our cancer treatments are harder to give and less effective the weaker a patient is when we're seeing them.
It's not just the denial, it's the delay.
Exactly.
Advocates tell us families are often forced to forgo medical care or go into debt trying to pay for it.
It's painful. It's painful, especially because of how unnecessary it is.
This could have been prevented.
Yes, the suffering of cancer is part of the human condition, but the suffering from insurance struggles is completely unnecessary pain.
Because even if people want to say, all right, you can't have boob jobs or you can't get your knee replaced this weekend just because you want to, or whatever like caveats you want me to grant you, I think everybody can agree when people get cancer, they should just get treatment.
Yeah.
Cancer you can't help. This guy was a fucking firefighter and he has lung cancer.
He's more prone to it than most people because of the nature of his job.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if we can't agree that people who fight fires and breathe in smoke to save lives can't get cancer medicine, then why the fuck do we have cancer medicine? What the fuck is it for? Just to make people rich? Nah, bruh. They gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. It is literally the same. He didn't do anything. That's what you guys keep fucking arguing over, but he didn't fucking change it radically. He didn't do shit.
Here's how Obamacare helped the ACA, right? So Here's what happened, and Greg put this in the chat too. It got rid of the shitty health insurance plans, the junk health insurance plans,
Right.
where you weren't getting anything out of them, and it prevented insurance companies from throwing you off of your health insurance for pre-existing conditions. One of those pre-existing conditions is being pregnant.
Yeah, they're gonna throw a pregnant woman off so they don't have to pay for the delivery and all the prenatal. Like, that is wrong. That's not we just decided to go a different direction. No, bitch, you're being cheap.
So the good things the ACA did was to keep insurance companies from further scamming you. It kept them from just completely scamming you out of your money and saying, well, you got sick, fuck you, you're off the health insurance now. Like, that's what it prevented.
Oh,
That's what it still
you-
prevents.
what you're low income? Cool. Let me get you on this economy plan. So here you have health insurance. You only pay $80 a month, but if anything happens to you, your first deductible is $20,000. That's bullshit. It's a completely unusable system.
The reason that rates have gone up, and this person's like, Obama lied, the whole thing, that's why the rates have gone up. It's a stupid plan. The reason why rates went up is because the insurance companies decided to raise their rates. That's it. There's no fucking grand scheme. The insurance companies decided to raise their rates because they weren't able to scam people with those shitty health insurance plans.
Right.
So they figured, oh, if we gotta actually pay for people's health insurance, then we're gonna charge them an arm and a leg.
That could get expensive.
Right?
Paying for all these medical treatments. This shit's gonna cost me money.
And guess what? I don't know why you guys are simping for the health insurance companies. They just, like I said, they record profits every year. I don't see any health insurance companies struggling out there. They're always fucking merging and creating monopolies. But I don't see any health insurance companies struggling. I don't know why you guys are on the side of big healthcare.
I think health insurance should just give me a very fair and cheap alternative. They are profit driven, bruh. Have you not been paying attention? They don't give a shit about providing service, which is why they shouldn't be trusted to give service, because they don't want to. They are diametrically opposed to giving motherfuckers health care.
And if any y'all who are like, Obama said this and Obama did that, paid attention to the last maybe 10 minutes of the show, we don't like the ACA. We think it's shit. It's got a couple of good provisions to keep us from being kicked off our health insurance, but otherwise it largely did nothing.
It's essentially a fucking bailout for the health insurers.
Yeah, they get subsidized. They get government money, and you still have to pay arm and a leg to fucking get health insurance.
They said, fine, if I can't crank up the premiums on all these fucking people, since you're going to make me keep them and you're not going to let me kick them off, then I want money to help cover some of my offsets. And the American government and everyone in fucking Congress sat there and they said, yes, that's a great idea. Do I think that was a good fucking plan? Hell fucking no. It was written by the fucking Heritage Foundation and initially instituted by fucking Mitt Romney in Massachusetts. So no, I think it's a fucking terrible plan. Universal healthcare makes way more sense and saves us way more money and gives us better health outcomes. We have the cash to have single payer healthcare, but they have you guys so convinced that Obama made it worse. So that's why we need to just let them do whatever. I don't understand what the train of thought you guys are trying to like where the station is. But when you get done talking, you're still going to be paying for shit that you shouldn't be paying for. We're saying that if people should pay anything, then everyone should get coverage.
And you could do it for a lot less.
It's cheaper if you negotiate as a group. 340 million people is a big group.
But the health insurance companies want us individually to negotiate with them. Like, they're like, this is the price, and you have to say yes or no.
Right.
And if you say no, oh well. If you say yes, thanks for all the money.
Right.
That's it.
Because they don't give you a fucking refund after you pay $600 a month for 12 months and don't go to the hospital.
Right.
They don't give you shit. They just pocket that shit.
So wouldn't you rather pay $100 a month, get the same or better care, and not have to worry about it?
And especially for these people who are healthy, it's gonna save you fucking money. And you don't have to worry about, like, if something should happen, like you fall down the stairs and snap a femur, that it's not going to cost you $60,000 to get 4 leg surgeries to put your shit back together.
And by the way, all those are like, oh, Obama did this and Obama did that. Fucking, this is copied and pasted from the Massachusetts Romney Care plan.
It's Romney Care.
And then they let the health insurance companies rewrite the fucking thing. I don't know if you guys are aware that the health insurance companies wrote the bill.
Right.
And the Democrats are completely complicit for passing it.
He's
We're
talking
not
about,
saying that they're not.
look up Rick Perry in Florida if you want to talk about Medicare
Rick
scams.
Scott.
Rick Scott. Sorry, I keep doing that. Yeah, Rick Scott. Check out Rick Scott, damn Yankee. It will blow your mind.
And the joiner said it was Nancy that was like, we got to pass it before we read it. Yeah, she fucking said that, and she's fucking wrong.
And I fucking can't stand her. She's
She's
a fucking embezzling fucking racist who fucking good friend of the show, Shahid Buttar, ran against her, got 80,000 votes against her, even though she launched a fucking pedophilic smear campaign calling him an anti-Semite and the whole 9 yards. The same DNC fucking playbook that they do for everybody that approaches them from the left, who approaches politics with compassion and wants big money out of politics. She is part of the problem.
And person impersonator is 100% correct. These are tired arguments that we hear every single show.
Right.
And this is all you guys have is like, you guys like Obama and therefore you're Democrats and you're wrong. And it's like, well, no, we're not. We don't care about Obama, or we don't like Nancy Pelosi, and the ACA isn't perfect, but we got to fix it, guys. It's not great the way it is.
So we're saying fix it, and you guys are saying give the insurance companies carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they want. Why is that a better idea? Get rid of health insurance. It's right there in front of you. You're literally fighting through the forest to get to the trees. Like, the answer is obvious. Health insurance should be broken up. We shouldn't have it. If people want private health insurance, if they want to do their own thing, that's fine. But there should be a public universal option funded by taxpayers. It would be cheaper than what we are doing now. These motherfuckers are making record profits. It's getting more and more expensive, and we're getting less and less care. Why would we want this to continue? I don't know. Can't help them.
An online fundraiser for Ken Jones managed.
Why are we doing fucking fundraisers for firefighters? This is crazy.
This is how bad society has gotten. There's fucking crowdfunding for people who need like medical help.
That's a problem.
That's a problem, man. We shouldn't be doing that. Not that I'm saying you don't do it. I'm saying we as a society shouldn't have to do it.
That's a symptom.
People shouldn't be going into debt because of medical costs.
$500,000 a year. Have to file for bankruptcy due to medical debt. That doesn't happen in the UK. That doesn't happen in Italy. That doesn't happen in Spain or Portugal or France or Germany. None of these people are going into fucking bankruptcy due to being sick or getting into a car accident. Even like it's not even your fault, and the person that hit you doesn't have good enough insurance, car insurance, and you're just fucked.
Do you really want to live in society where if one random fucking thing happens to you, not even you did anything wrong, one random thing fucking happens to you,
beam falls on you,
you get into a car accident, it's not your fault. However,
struck by lightning,
you fucking broke your leg or whatever. Yeah, struck by lightning. Act of God. And then you're fucked. That you get struck by lightning, $100,000 in medical debt.
Who's got that sitting around?
There was nothing in your health insurance contract that said we would cover lightning strikes.
Hit by a meteorite. Sorry, not in your policy.
Right.
And for everyone who keeps saying with the long lines and joiners like, do you trust the medical field? I bet if there wasn't a profit motive, you would trust a little bit more. If people were literally there to make you better versus there to earn more money by suggesting this this drug over that drug and doing this procedure over that procedure because it requires certain equipment. Like, if only there was a way that they could only focus on the medicine and not have to worry about the outside influence of fucking profits. It's almost like you shouldn't have a profit motive system when it comes to something as essential as healthcare. And do we want a bunch of sick motherfuckers, diseased motherfuckers just running throughout our society? Or do we want to just fix them so that they don't spread whatever ick and nasty they have? And his wife was really sick for 2 months before she really got really help. See,
I mean,
all right, Scott.
No, I mean, no health insurance program is perfect, right? Nothing, no, like it happens, but it doesn't mean you get rid of socialized medicine.
Ours is worse than that. You know,
Yeah.
You're talking about the delays in France. It's worse here. This motherfucker is a goddamn firefighter and got lung cancer from smoke, and they're like, fuck you. Is that happening in France? I doubt it. This is a uniquely American problem that Americans really need to, like, either go travel or watch some coverage from other countries. You're in an influence bubble that you need to burst yourself out of. Paying for health insurance like this we're the only ones that do it. And it doesn't give anybody any proper care, and it's mad expensive for no fucking reason other than, as Tim stated before, record profits year after year after year.
Mikey.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, we should probably end soon. I have a doggy who really wants to go outside.
To raise more than $50,000 to get him the immunotherapy his insurance refused to pay for. But that's only enough for one round of treatment. His doctor says to see lasting progress, Jones would need to repeat the medication every 3 weeks for up to 2 years at a cost of more than $1.7 million.
Who the fuck has $1.7 million in case they get cancer?
Money the family
rich
doesn't have. But that's not what worries Jones. He says he's speaking up to continue what he spent his entire career doing, looking out for others while sounding the alarm.
Last thing, dial up. You should, why should I spend 4 days installing a project for a homeowner so Uncle Sam can take $3,000 of my $8,000 every time? Sounds like slavery for others. Because you have a banking system that you trust. You have contracts. You have streets. You have roads. These things are not fucking free and inherent. They did not just, the ground was not magically already shaped that way. People have already paid into you and you're growing up. You can't turn off responsibility just because you're an adult now and you're just like, oh, nope, no more reciprocity. One-way street now.
We've said this before, and we'll say it again. There's a very easy fix for this. All right, you already pay a tax, whether you're self-employed or you're employed by a company. You pay the Medicare tax. You pay for Social Security through your taxes. All I'm saying, and all we need to do is remove the over 65 from Medicare. And then remove the restriction on remove the tax cap on that tax. You really don't have to raise the tax that much, maybe 1 or 2%. And then remove the cap so that the rich can fucking pay into the system too, because they're going to get the health insurance because it's for everyone.
Right.
So there you go. Problem solved. Program solvent.
But they don't, I don't think a lot of people understand that there is a cap on how much rich people get. So whether you make 438 or 4,038,000,038, it's the same amount that's pulled out. If the people who are making additional millions and millions and millions of dollars per year paid what the people who make 500K pay or 438K pay, we wouldn't really probably be having this discussion. But
Right.
but it's individual little wonky politics shit that people don't want to get into, but instead they want to say fuck everybody who can't afford it. Good luck. May the odds forever be in your favor. That's super convenient after everybody's already gone through the fucking medical system, after they've gone through the education system, after they've driven on tax supported infrastructure. It's very convenient that you guys don't want to pay for shit after you've already used it.
And guess what? Because it's Medicare, they've already negotiated drug prices. They've already negotiated healthcare prices. They've already negotiated contracts with hospitals, every hospital, because it's Medicare. So they've already lowered the prices so that they don't have to pay that much, which means you won't pay anything.
We literally just told you where the money could come from, and you literally missed it.
Yeah.
There's a cap on Social Security that could be lifted that would add more money, and then you open up Medicare for more and more people until everybody's on it.
Yeah, I'm not saying put everyone on it all at once. Make it gradual, like slowly lower the age limit over the course of like maybe 10 or 15 years.
And there you go.
But that you're also getting younger people paying into the system, which is how the whole scam fucking works.
Right.
Is you have younger people paying into the system so that the older can get the health and care that they need, or that if you're young,
even if it's not young, healthy people.
And we changed the system from sort of reactionary care to preventative care, and that's a whole nother change the system can make so that everything costs less.
It's much cheaper to get people healthcare before the emergency room, because that's the problem. Is everyone shows up to the emergency room at shortness of breath, crushing head pain, gut pain, and all that shit. Whereas if they were able to go for checkups and appointments, and I don't feel quite right, I'm gonna go stop in and see the doc real quick. Like, that's what should be happening versus what we are dealing with.
Anyway, Mikey, let's wrap this up.
Okay. Well, today's been an interesting show.
Very interesting.
Because I think it is important to and also rest in peace, Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
It's important that people get to come up and have their arguments, because it's the same. Like, I'm telling you, I've had the same argument with the same people for decades, and whether they change names, whether they change locations, it's the same shit. People are upset about things that they don't understand, and instead of learning how to understand them, they just say, well, I will go on the wisdom of my forefather. Okay. Okay.
Like and subscribe, become a member if you want, then you won't have to watch those ads. Oh, by the way, tell us what your ads were.
Yes.
If you got ads, we want to know.
We're curious.
But yeah, like and subscribe. Patreon.com/bin podcast. If you want to go down there, we got good stuff on there too. And also, Tez was on the show earlier, so go follow the Tez Down podcast.
I'm gonna grab the
I
link
think
one more
some
time.
are watching from there. So do all that stuff. And we will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will talk about fun things.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear anyone complaining when we talk about fun stuff or do fun stuff.
No,
You guys
but I
like,
want to pay more for everything because I'm a sycophant. Oh, I want to pay more for everything. Oh.
Oh, and tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, we're playing D&D on the channel.
I've never had my flabbers so gasted.
So come and join us for some D&D fun, where I try and kill Mikey and our his co-players.
I'll never die.
And we need to come together as Americans and make the government do what we want, not what they want.
That's what we've been saying.
That's an agreeable statement. I mean,
That's what we've been saying.
That's how federalism works, I suppose.
Take this shit back.
Let's do it.
Like, what are we waiting for?
There, this person gets it. Ranked choice voting, term limits, repeal Citizens United.
Hey, that gets us
listen.
that gets us 60% of the way there. You know what I mean?
I know.
That gets us a large section of the way there. Woo! Can you imagine how these campaigns look with ranked voting?
And
the
no more
coalition building? Woo!
no more money equals speech.
Oh my God. I as a billion-dollar corporation choose to say $230 million into Trump's campaign. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yes, the richest person in the world will buy this election. It will be mine.
And Wisconsin sent them packages like, we only respect cheese around here. And not that cheese. Different kinds of cheddar.
So it is noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. It's not every day. Tuesdays and Thursdays we do this show.
Wednesdays we do food. Tuesdays we play role-playing. Tuesday night we play role-playing games. And then Thursday night is the review show.
Yeah, Unboxed.
Unboxed Politique.
Yeah.
That's where you guys can really, I think that's the problem. More people don't watch Unboxed Politics. You should watch on, oh, thank you, Stephenson. Oh, you missed.
Oh, there we go.
I think it's a sticker.
99 cents, and there's a sticker on there, I think.
I can't see it though.
Hold on, let me see if I can see
I
it.
want to see it.
No
Show
sticker. Just
it
99
to me.
cents. 99 cents, no comment.
Oh, we'll leave a comment and we'll read it anyway. Thank you, Stephenson. Very generous. But you guys need to, I think a lot of the people who are in here constantly trolling, watch on Thursday nights. Then you get to see us criticize the left and criticize the right and all that stuff. We can't even get to like whatever the news of the day is without having to explain to people that we're not on the left or the right. Like, if you guys watched from Thursday, then come back on Tuesday, you wouldn't be so confused. But it is what it is.
Yeah. All right. So, as we always say on this show, we will see you later. And don't forget to drink your me.